we've got Sebastian Maniscalco.
The powerhouse.
He's the powerhouse. Wrote a book. I mean, I don't know how much of a reader the man is. It's not like when I see him, it's not like, dude, have you read the new Nassim Taleb book on... No, but he'll write a book, okay?
Well,
he'll write a book. And there's a difference between a man who writes books and comes up with original ideas and a guy who regurgitates shit he's read.
There's also a guy who's killing it in the comedy game who doesn't have time to read books.
Doesn't have a lot of time.
Because he's busy creating his own history. It's Sebastian in the house.
Sebastian in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks for having me, guys.
No, thank you for making the time.
Couple things right off the bat. The last book I read, or actually started in 2015, was the autobiography of Andre Agassi.
I've read it. Called Life.
Life. And I'm on, I think, page 201. So I'm still trying to crank that out. And I know you're a big reader. I don't know if you read.
I dabble.
He dabbles.
This guy reads, though. Right?
That's all. Yeah, he likes to read. He regurgitates a lot. I call him TED Talks.
Yeah.
I call him TED Talks.
Yeah. Well, because there's a difference between smart talk and then, like we were talking about this for me and Hunter on the podcast, you can have a lot of smart talk and you can always find smart talk, people talking about what the problems are. But is there a solution? Like, I talk to these really smart people. I'm like, I got you. I got all the problems. Do you have a solution, like a workable one that I can actually apply? And that's where the big divide is. Well, whatever the problems are, right? Gun control.
I mean, if you're going to one person to solve your problems, you're a moron.
No, but I'm saying there are problems. It's like illegal immigration or gun control, whatever it is. What is your solution? What are you actually going to do? And you have all the answers.
I do, and it's in the book. And
why did you decide to write it? Because it's intimidating writing a book, right?
It is. I didn't set out to do this when I started my career. I didn't think I was going to write a book. But 3 or 4 years ago, my manager's like, "Hey, you should write a book." And I'm like, I don't know if I have a real story to tell. I mean, there was no adversity or I always thought people that wrote books had like a big thing that happened. Yeah. They overcame cancer, they came back from war, and now they're helping other veterans. I'm like, I don't really have a story. But then I started diving back into my career, started looking at the funny things that kind of happened to me along the way and the ups and downs of being a stand-up comedian. And I'm like, all right, we could get into this. So it took a while. It took about 3 years to write, and it's getting good feedback.
You have a story though, because you say like people with cancer or like professional athletes write books, but with your story, I feel like more people can relate to what you're doing and your journey than someone LeBron James or Michael Jordan or Phelps or something like that.
Yeah,
because as a witness to your journey,
just going real quick, because just going through your journey, some of the jobs you've had to get to this point.
Yeah.
Like whenever I mention your name, I was in St. Louis, man. And I meant to reach out to you. I don't know you that well. I don't want to come off like I was going to send you a dick pic or something in your DMs. But I was in
should have
St. Louis. I know, should have. But hey, man, come on the podcast. Anyways,
just your dick, just your heavy dick on a block of wood. Hey, bro, hope you're well.
St. Louis.
No pressure. But if you want to come,
Golden Arch and bend it down. All right,
and then a clip of you fighting.
Sorry, this is gonna be a nice thing I was gonna say, but you'll ruin that. I was in St. Louis, man. There was some rough crowd, a great town, some rough crowd, stuff like that. And me and Rogue were talking about getting inspired and stuff like that. And I go on like these benders of comics, because I'm obsessed with comedy. So I go on these benders. I went down the path of Sebastian. I was watching all that, and then I text Rogan, I'm like, hey, Sebastian's a good guy, huh? He's like, you've had him on a podcast. I'm like, yeah, I don't know him that well. And Rogan said the best things about you.
Nice
and then I was listening to you on Marin, and you were talking about these jobs you're having. I was like, what the so many more people can relate to that.
Oh, yeah.
Because when you talk, because everyone goes, oh, I want to make it in Hollywood, whether it's a comedian or an actor. But then do you really?
Well,
like, the jobs he worked.
As a witness to his journey, like you always had that working class Italian work ethic. You would just show up and you'd do your fucking work. We would be in Vegas. You'd show up. You never saw Sebastian out there partying, drinking, girls. He'd show up like a gentleman, well dressed. Don't be surprised if he's got cufflinks. Shoes are polished. He'd get up there, crush a room, about 1,500 people, and then fucking leave. You come in and do your job. And then I think you were a waiter at
4 seasons.
For how many years?
7 years.
Yeah, but that one was nice compared to some of the other stuff you're doing.
Yeah, early on it was rough. I was selling satellite dishes in the ghetto.
That's a good time.
And
what's your pitch? Because you're such a bubbly guy.
Well, this is what I did. It was at the Baldwin Hills Mall on Crenshaw and Martin Luther King Drive.
That's a good area.
All right. And
you fit in there.
Oh, I fit right in. Yeah. And I had a kiosk. And I was selling Dish Network subscriptions out of a kiosk. And what I would do, since it was an urban type of mall.
Black. I hate that expression, urban. Black.
It was a black as shit. It was a black mall.
It's all good. God
black
bless.
Mall.
A lot of pepper.
Yeah.
So I would put Michael Jackson on because I DVR'd the Michael Jackson 25-year reunion of Motown or whatever.
So your bait was Michael
Jackson. So
how out of touch? Was this the 70s or?
This was in 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
And I had about 85 people around the kiosk just doing moves and no one buying dishes, just dancing. So, yeah, I did that for a while. And,
just a lot.
It was a good time, but no sales.
No sales.
Like, Sebastian, we love you, man. You bring a crowd, but you haven't sold one goddamn dish, man.
No dishes sold. It was bad. I got into bad financial debt after doing that. And
I did. That's funny how you'll see certain segments of the population, certain cultures have no qualms about just breaking out in a dance. This guy I was at a bus stop and it was all black, mostly black women. And this dude shows up with a fucking boombox on a bike.
Love
and it's
it.
just doom. And every one of the women started going, ha! And they started dancing. And they were all dancing. And I was like, this is fucking fantastic. I was like, this is the craziest shit I've ever seen.
It's nuts, man. But,
yeah, man. So they were all busting a move. How many dishes did you sell? Not a one, huh?
Yeah, I would sell. It was $100 I got per dish.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I thought okay, I'll sell maybe five a day. It's not that hard. Everybody needs cable or some type of entertainment in their home. But it was a really tough sell. I mean, also, when I did sell one, they thought I was customer service. So they would call me, and the dumbass I am, I would put my home line on my card.
Nightmare.
Because I didn't want to run up my minutes. This is when minutes and cell phones were big.
Yeah.
So I didn't have enough money to take the minutes. So I'm like, I'll give them my home line, my office. So I would get a call at 3:00 in the morning. And they'd be like, what channel is CNN? I'm like, it's 200 on the remote. So I'm like fielding customer service calls at 3:00 in the morning. So, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like 200 something.
200.
I'm so tired.
Hello? Ring. Fucking landline.
Not making a nickel
Yeah.
Not dime one.
That's hilarious.
So, yeah, those are and early on I was working I used to be Captain Morgan at bars. I used to walk in.
What a nightmare.
You were dressed like a pirate, huh?
Pirate. I didn't come in as a pirate. I had my outfit in my bag.
Yeah.
And I would ask the bar owner, excuse me, was there a place I could set up? I was going to pass out shots. And
Did you have Captain Morgan girls too?
No, just me.
Oh, wow.
That's a good time. That's not depressing at all.
Yeah. No girls, no nothing. I would walk into like a biker bar. And they're eating, peanuts and beer, and I would come out of the bathroom and be like, "Ahoy, mateys!"
It's actually a very good plan.
What a terrible fucking marketing plan.
Terrible. I'd kill myself.
Terrible.
I'll cut my own throat.
I dated a girl who was like, I work for Captain Morgan's. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's a big time job. And she was one of the Captain Morgan girls. I guess they upped your pay or the whole kind of marketing plan because I came there and they had some dude, some poor soul playing Captain Morgan. He was flocked by 4 girls on each side.
Oof. Yeah, no,
didn't sell.
This is before they had a budget for girls. So I just went in solo.
So were you doing open mics at this point too?
Yeah, I started in 1998. I did open mics all throughout Los Angeles, and my first one was at Highland Grounds.
What was the first joke you ever wrote that killed?
Killed was probably my Ross bit was the best joke I had going into Ross for Dress for Less, which seemed to be one of the most popular bits I had.
That's a great bit.
Thanks. And
you'd be throwing shit.
Just throwing shit. This is how like the place looks like downtown Beirut, and there's shit all over the floor, and you're in housewares, you're looking and you find a pair of jeans, it's just nothing's in the right place over there. So that was kind of my signature bit for a while, and then just It took a while, 7-8 years. You know this shit. I mean, it takes a bit to kind of get your feet wet and start developing a fan base. And then each year it kind of gradually got better. I'm sorry, my phone's on.
Well, you did it the right way, right? I mean, it's almost like, I don't know, to be really, like, it's one thing to get popular. To be really good at anything is just going to take a long time.
Yeah, I had no TV exposure, no film exposure, no nothing. It was just all I knew how to do was stand-up comedy. So I just kept going to these clubs. I would go back the next year, you know, and more people would come. I'm meeting and greeting. I'm selling my DVDs, and I didn't know any better. I just want to do stand-up comedy, and I want to do it every night, and I want to get better and better at it. And I'm still doing that same mentality is still in my head of going out there and learning every night.
And that was the traditional path, especially back then. That's the way I think most people did it. And then did you get a big break where some big comic was asked you to feature or open up for him or something?
Dice Clay, I went on the road with him for 2 years, so that really exposed me.
That.
Yeah, I did 2 years with Dice, learned a lot from him, playing bigger rooms, 2,000-3,000 seat theaters. And
he still crushes, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, this is 2000 again. This is 2002, 2003, 2004. I went out and, you know, he asked me to do the Stardust Hotel with him, Wayne Newton Theater. First time doing anything quite that big. But I learned a lot from Dice off stage as well, because here's a guy who, you know, did all these arenas. He was at the top of his game, and then, you know, he came off the mountain for a little bit, and he's always told me he's wanted to get back to doing arenas and, you know, TV, film, acting, and here he is. Got
his own show now.
Got his own show, and he's doing really nice work acting. And so I learned. I tend
What'd you learn? Like, what
I don't talk much around people. I'm not a talker. I like to listen. So when you go out with me, I'm not like the guy who's going to be the center of attention. Especially if I'm around people who know more than I do. I shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't talk. I'd rather listen to people rather than me talk.
It's the way to go.
That's a great quality.
The way to go. Yeah.
That's
Brian's not that way.
Well,
you're surrounded by experts. Brian will pretend he's an expert.
Neither one of us are. Brendan and I are like, hey, by the way.
You more so, for sure.
Well, that's for damn
sure.
But
you're a talker. I mean, you're generally a talker.
He likes to do that.
I've always been the guy who's talking the whole time.
Yeah, but it's fine. I'm not saying that, you know, but you're entertaining.
I like entertaining.
You're entertaining while you talk. You're not like, it's not forced.
No.
Some guys are just a little forced with their, you know, the way they do it, but you're actually really, really entertaining to listen to. So I don't mind shutting
I'm trying
up.
to be silly, but
yeah. Would Dice, would he tell you about his failures so you could learn from it, or was it all positive with Dice?
Well, I bailed on stage because his crowd was really, really rough one night, and I was supposed to do 15 minutes. I bailed at 11 because the crowd just was yelling at me, and I froze. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, all right, guys, take it easy.
See ya.
And he was angry. He was like, you know, I'm expecting you to do 15 minutes, and you're getting off at 11. I'm getting in my head, and when you come off 4 minutes early, I got to go on, and I might not be right. You got to do the time. I don't care what these people are doing out there. You cannot let them take control. So these lessons that I was learning as a young comedian from a guy who's been there, done that, was very valuable moving forward. Yeah. So I tend to like really kind of take it in. And Vince Vaughn took me in this Vince Vaughn Wild West comedy show in 2005, and I learned press from him. This guy would get up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, and he would be doing 5, 6 radio shows right in a row. He'd be walking around the parking lot on the phone promoting the show because the Vince Vaughn Wild West comedy show was all like spur of the moment. He had to sell tickets because people really didn't know the show was coming to town 3-4 days prior.
Jesus, what a monster.
So this guy's doing all this press. So, I don't know. You probably get it when you go to these clubs. Hey, sorry you had to get up this early to come in. And I'm like, sorry. It's part of the deal. It's like you got to get up to sell tickets. I never understood comedians like bitching and complaining that they got to get up at 5:30 in the morning to sell tickets to make money.
Yeah,
at their show.
Yeah, but exactly. That's
to
your
help
chance
you
to sell the fucking show.
Yeah. So I saw that from Vince Vaughn. I'm like, that's what it takes to sell tickets. So along the way, just kind of picking these little nuggets of information from the people who were successful. I'm like, okay, this is what I kind of have to do. And
I think also comedy is something that is such a meritocracy, but it's also like something that when you come into a town, you're competing with a lot of other things. So like I did Huntsville this weekend, and Bama and has a real rivalry with is maybe Georgia. You would know Auburn, and they had a gymnastics meet.
Well,
20,000 people.
Jesus,
20,000 people showed up. And for the weekend, it was like they were just going to that thing.
Anything Alabama,
I was like, what's going on here? They go, there's a Bama. It was, so you're competing with everything.
Different crowd, but especially it depends where you're at. Like Vegas is a nightmare. I mean, it's literally Vegas. I mean,
they're also not. They don't give a fuck.
You want to go to Brendan Schaub, or you want to see Celine Dion? It's like, and Michael Jackson's up the street.
Yeah.
The hologram. But you know what I'm saying.
Have you seen that show? That was a pretty good show.
I heard it's good. Yeah,
the hologram.
Yeah,
I heard it's amazing.
The hologram. I thought Michael Jackson came. I thought he would.
No,
I heard it's like the best show. I thought he was there.
You're kidding me?
Yeah,
I thought he was there.
No,
you gotta check it out.
What's it look like? Can
Michael Jackson hologram?
The hologram out of on the Cirque du
It's at what's the hotel next to Mandalay?
Does it look really real or something?
Well, not only the hologram on this show, they got an Asian guy who dances better than Michael Jackson.
How dare you, sir? Really? How dare
They got this guy.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's the hologram.
But I mean, watching it here is.
Yeah.
When you're there.
Yeah.
This is not good.
This looks like a Michael Jackson video.
This is a VHS tape or whatever the hell it's doing.
Doesn't do it.
I heard it's.
Ellen, hold on.
I
I have to say about Ellen DeGeneres. I'd forgotten about this. Maybe my biggest influence comedically. I'm not joking.
Really?
She was that good. I think she was that good.
I enjoyed Ellen when she was doing comedy in the 80s.
One of the best period of all time.
Everyone says she was like one of the all-time greats.
I think so.
I'm too young. # younger than you guys. She, for me, I know her from the Ellen Show. I was like, oh, there she is. And then
dude, as a stand-up, watch her old stand-up.
I have now. She's amazing.
It was mind-blowing. It was mind-blowing, honestly.
But Michael Jackson, big influence on me, as well as for his physical and his I like to be very physical on stage, and watching him doing quick movements on stage really kind of influenced me in my comedy, because I'm not a guy to kind of just sit behind a microphone and tell jokes, as you are very kind of animated.
Both of you guys are super animated.
Yeah.
So,
and you did some private dancing in college.
Well, I mean, I didn't want to talk about that on the podcast.
Okay.
But,
I think you're also like this day and age. Everyone goes, man, if you're not on Netflix, you're not doing anything. And then literally, if I'm in a circle of comedians, agents, anywhere in Hollywood, when someone goes, oh, Netflix, they go, nope, Sebastian, Showtime.
Well, this is the thing.
All of them say it. I'm telling you, all of them go, look what Showtime did for Sebastian.
Yeah, Showtime was very, very critical. It was a big component of what I was doing. And Netflix is great. It's a juggernaut.
They're all great.
They got a lot of subscribers, but Showtime for me really pinpointed my audience. It was an audience that was a little bit skewed, a little bit older. They had disposable income. They were, families, and they had some money to come out and buy a premium ticket. So I got a lot of people from Showtime, and at the time, Netflix used to take your comedy special in a second window. So it would live on Showtime for 2 years, and then it would go to Netflix.
Yep.
So you got kind of like the best of both worlds, but Netflix is not really doing that anymore.
No.
They're producing their own original
Exclusive,
content. And
will you do your next special with Showtime or Netflix?
I don't know. We're shooting it April 21st, and
where at?
Radio City Music Hall in New York City.
Nice.
So
That's amazing.
it's
I've never heard of it.
Incredible.
Just Jesus Christ.
Radio City Music Hall.
Yeah. I mean, Juggernaut, man. He's on the list for 4 of them. I hate to blast your business out there. I think it's top 15.
It couldn't have happened to a
And that's why
better
we
person.
brought you. We need a loan.
Yeah.
That's why we brought you here, Sebastian. We saw the money you're making.
Fine, believe me.
We're doing just fine, but still, you can always use more money. How's your life changed now that you're you have servants, obviously?
Well,
Came in a helicopter. That's cool.
yeah, it's outside.
He's a Porsche guy.
I know.
Just like you.
I'm well aware.
It's my wife's.
Yeah, well, it's his wife's.
I drive a scooter. I'm not kidding. I have a Vespa.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little too cold to drive it today. So
Don't fucking drive it on the highway, for God's
No,
sake.
no. I would drive that on the side streets. I don't drive anything on the highway.
And you have kids, right?
I have one little daughter, 10 months old, and the game changes when the kids come.
Of course.
And And, my wife and I take the daughter on the road. I like taking my wife on the road. Yeah, she's been to 10 cities already. We just went to Chicago. She came to Toronto with me.
Where do you stay? You stay at a hotel or do you stay at a...
Hotels.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't just buy a house there and then throw it away?
I might buy an apartment and just leave it.
And leave my stuff in there.
I just leave it. I got empty apartments everywhere.
Has your wife been with you this whole journey? How long have you been together?
We've been together 9 years. So she was kind of... she came on when I was starting to cook a little bit, doing headlining shows and selling them out.
She wasn't there during Struggle City.
No. But she was there shortly after 2008,
9 years.
2009.
I didn't know you were together that long.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, we met through a mutual friend. Actually, we met through
at the gym.
A trainer, yeah.
Yeah, at the gym. You had some baby oil on your body.
I did. I had some
Locking in the moisture.
amazing. Did I tell you about this last time I was here? Yeah, I had the baby oil story.
The baby oil.
No, the kid's been great. The career, as you grow, you start, having to hire some people to kind of help you out on the road, which is something that, I was doing all this stuff myself. I would go to the venue. I would do my own press. I would sell my own DVDs. No one told me to wake up. You got these people that are going with a large entourage of people, which I kind of understand. But I run with a lean crew. Just a tour manager, and now I got my buddy that signed that used to train my wife and I. He comes out to kind of keep me in line in regards to my weight and all that stuff, because I really kind of
on the road it's tough.
It was tough. I gained a lot of weight on the road.
Not for me, but I understand.
Well, that's what I'm trying to attain.
Genetically gifted.
It doesn't matter.
The guys like us, Sebastian, you gotta.
Hey man, stop trying to be all like buddy with him.
Well, I'm just saying, man.
Stop using my natural leanness as a bonding thing.
No, I've been watching you guys from afar and seeing what you're doing. I'm seeing you on the red carpet now, which is that must be a whole different animal for you. I mean, it's kind of this.
He's got a show on Showtime now. This fucking guy.
Oh, you got a Showtime show too? Oh,
Jesus,
who needs money?
He's changed too. Fucking old stepson over here. Fucking good old stepdad Bryan, daddy over here, the old graying fucking dinosaur. I'm just a barnacle. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
No, but honest to God, when you got the Showtime thing and you got he's doing the red carpet. Jealous?
Sebastian, what the fuck? We're recording right now. I mean, and you kind of like shoved at your heart, like my heart.
Well, yeah. Well, I've just figured that's.
Yeah, I mean, I'll never be the same, and I consider him a traitor. But other than that, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. The guy wants to leave me in the dust while I cough. I'm happy for him. Have a good. Congratulations.
See ya. How tough is it with your schedule being on the road, stuff like that, with a kiddo?
It's, when you go with the kid on the road, it's a little, I wouldn't say challenging, but just a little different. You don't have that time to yourself that you might need.
I mean, like in LA, and you can attest to this, because my son wakes up at 5, depending on the day, 5 or 6. And if I do a spot at the Comedy Store, I get home by, say, midnight, 12:30, and he's up at 5. That's the beast.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, listen, I got to tell you, my daughter sleeps like a bear. So
really?
She gets up around 7:30, 8.
Oh, you're lucky, man.
So the sleeping is not an issue for my wife and I. I mean, we hear a lot of parents say, getting up and this and that and the other thing. My baby, knock on wood, 12 hours solid. That's amazing. Not a peep. So.
She might be like you. You're not. I've never seen you hyped or stressed in my life. What stresses you out? Making too much money?
Trying to figure out what to buy. He's like, it was stressing me out. What to buy?
I feel like I have.
What do I buy?
Shit in my
I'm
teeth.
Stressed, man.
Do I have shit in my teeth? I had some seaweed before I came over.
Seaweed.
I feel like I got seaweed hanging out of my teeth. No, I don't get overly excited. You're right. I don't get overly excited, and I don't get overly stressed out.
Yeah.
It's
You're even keeled.
Just even. Yeah. I get excited when I'm around people like my wife or my parents. I'll show a lot of excitement if something nice happens to me. But like my manager or agents, they'll call with good news. I'm like, oh, that's great. And then they're like, do you care?
You've been waiting. Well, you're all excited to hear this news. Like, yeah, I know.
You're kind of at the top of the mountain right now. So after a while, it's all gravy. I mean, after a while, how much
maybe
more?
It's like you, B. Like, because with Bryan, he'll get some news and I'll get super excited for him. Or I'll get news, I'll get super excited. And he's like, no. Chill, man.
Chill.
Because maybe because you guys been in the business so long.
Yeah, it's a long haul, and also
you have barnacles.
Yeah, also your life isn't going to change that much. For me, like what I get excited about is writing new stuff, or what I get excited about is trying to do something that I didn't think I could do. Maybe a great new hour or something like that. And that requires a lot of time and a lot of meditation and a lot of repetition and all the shit that we all talk about. But then the rest of it is, I don't know, like, all due respect to Huntsville, Alabama, but there's not, I love doing the crowds and I love the people, but there's not a whole lot else I can do, right? I mean, maybe as you get older, what is exciting? I mean, I like learning something new, but it's not like, let's go party.
But for some guys, like Sebastian, the level you're at, a lot of and you'll see, I could give you an endless list of names. They get to a certain place where they're selling out arenas, theaters, Radio City, Madison Square Garden, and then they just go to the movies or they go to TV, and you don't see them return unless they have to.
Yeah, no, I would never abandon stand-up comedy. It's something that I really enjoy doing, and I've dabbled a little bit in the TV. I had a TV show.
I tested for a show.
Yeah, he came in. Yeah, he was between you and I forgot the guy's name.
You guys know that guy. Cool. It doesn't matter. Go ahead. Go with the other guy. I don't give a fuck. I'm fine. You know what? I'm happy for that guy. What was his name again? I'm sure he's a good guy.
They went with someone else.
I'm happy with him. I'm happy for him.
Sebastian picked somebody
He's
else.
a good guy. For me, I'm happy that anybody
Why's your
gets a
voice
part
so
of me.
high, bro?
I'm not high. I'm saying I'm happy. And I'm glad that you voted against me. We're friends. I don't give a fuck.
There was a lot of people involved in that.
There's always a lot of people in those rooms.
Is that weird for you at all? Like auditioning for me in the room?
No, I've been doing it so long.
Yeah, so you're just like a pro.
I don't think about it. I mean, you guys are trying to solve a problem. Then you never take that personally. I come in.
You should.
I might fit in with the rest of the crowd, or I might not. There are a lot of parts I get and a lot of parts I don't, and that's just the way it is.
That's the
as long
business.
as I do a good job,
A lot of no's.
Choke. Yeah,
a lot of no's.
But also,
few
it's
yeses.
just fucking. Sometimes they don't know. Sometimes the room is divided. Sometimes it's like, yeah, but no, and then three people say.
Sebastian, was that more work than you thought doing that TV show?
Yeah. It was a lot.
Take a pay cut too. That's the funny thing about Sebastian. If he does a TV show, he's taking a major pay cut.
Yeah, there's not a lot of money. There's money in it, but
Not comparative.
Different.
Yeah, it's just different money at a later date.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of work.
You didn't give Bryan the part. That's
now,
cool.
are you thinking about buying and wearing a cape, or are you going to stay grounded?
I was going to ask you about where I get a cape. Because, I'm not too sure.
I don't know if you know who
Versace
is. Versace.
Yeah, I've been watching The Assassination.
Yeah. Well,
Great show, by the way.
The Assassination. I have not seen that. Is it good?
Oh,
Have you been watching it?
Yes.
It's so good.
It is
How
really
good is
good.
the actor?
Ooh.
How good's the actor, the kid the murderer?
Oh, yeah. This guy's
so
unbelievable.
damn good.
I think this guy came out of Glee, right?
I don't know, did he?
Yeah.
Did he kill himself, the actual guy?
He's committed murder, yeah. Spoiler alert.
No,
that happened in
he committed
93.
murder, but did he kill himself?
Yeah, he did. They're in the
Yeah.
ocean, I think. He went on a boat and committed suicide.
Oh, is that where it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew Cunanan is the
He's
Madonna wrote a whole op-ed about Versace and the family. And it really, they were like such hard-working people.
What's op-ed?
I'm sorry, an editorial. Opinion.
You know my only problem with the V8 the FX show, the
Yeah.
assassination of Versace. They barely talk about Versace. It's more about the murder, which is fine. I like how it's different. But what's her name? Donatella.
Yeah,
Donatella. She was not that hot. Penelope Cruz should not be playing that role. I thought they miscast.
Have you seen what Donatella Versace looks like now?
Have you ever seen her? She does not look like Penelope Cruz.
Can you just do a before and after? Of
I think there was a lot of work done to her.
She looks like a Ninja Turtle now.
You have no idea.
With blonde wig.
No. You got.
No, I know. I looked her up.
Oh wow, that's her now.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's her on the right.
Yeah, she's a character from Blade 3. Yes.
Wow, I didn't know
That's.
Oh well, before you know what? Before I could see Penelope Cruz a little bit. I retract my statement.
I don't see any Penelope Cruz at all anytime.
Well, if you but you got to see Penelope in the actual role.
Yeah, it's just tough. I don't know why these plastic surgeons don't say, "Hey."
Oh, it's
this is
money.
a little much.
It's money for them. What are they going to do?
Yeah,
they want to do it. They want to do it.
But it is a great show. I don't know how we get started on the session. Oh, Versace. But yeah, it's a great show. Great show.
Op-ed.
Do you? You're one of the guys who adapted, like a lot of old school comedians now with social media. That's kind of like your own PR. Yeah, you can do, it's not at your level, it's different, but you can do radio or you can, podcasts are definitely the way to go over radio, but there's all sorts of avenues you can do, but you're kind of your own publicist now with your own social media. So you see guys like phenomenal comedians, and I see some all the time, who are phenomenal. They don't sell tickets because they're terrible at social media.
That's one thing I learned from him.
That's their outlet.
I had such a block from it, but I just finally started. I was like, I got to do this.
Well, I've noticed your social media on your page has definitely dipped. I don't see you doing as much as you used to. You used to do a lot more.
Instagram, you mean?
Yeah, Instagram.
No, I do a lot.
I don't see it.
All right, well, listen.
No, I'm just saying, you used to do this iPad thing where you were talking to yourself.
Yeah, I got to do more of that.
I thought that was really creative, and I don't see a lot of that anymore.
I got to start doing
I'm not
more.
saying you're not doing a lot. I'm just saying those types of things.
Those
I
are
used to
good.
see. I used to see you, on the beach and jumping
true.
up in the air. I miss those photos.
Yeah, I got to start doing more. Fuck, now I feel bad.
I know. We're going down positive road. Sebastian's like, actually, yours is terrible, Brian. Yeah, you're one of the guys he's talking about.
I notice a dip. When I hear a dip, I'm like, it's like
Sebastian
a
knows a
boss
dip.
telling you, I'm like, I'll get back on it.
We're seeing a dip in your effectiveness.
I think if you went back and looked at your Instagram, I think you would see a decline in your activity
Yeah.
over the last year. I'm
Yeah?
just saying, if you go back a year from now, there was a lot more thing you'd be doing stuff in the car. You'd be in a little
All right, man,
original
I'll do
video.
more.
He's saying original videos instead of just
I
the
got to start doing
graphics.
more.
You're posting more of the graphics.
I got to start doing more original.
That's the challenge, though, and I've dealt with this.
It
Is how much of your social media is promoting your shows, and how much is it a little peek into your life and whatnot? So
Here's the thing I think goes the furthest is they know Sebastian is a comedian, Sebastian is a celebrity, and obviously you're going to have shows, but if you posting like more stuff that they can't find online or something like that, your personal life goes so much further, and they're going to like you as a person and buy tickets.
Yeah.
I think that it's all kind of in the
all
same
it makes.
ecosystem.
Yeah, Kevin Hart does a good job with that shit.
Kevin Hart's probably the best. The Rock's amazing at it. You look at like the top guys. The Rock's just ridiculous.
well, if you look at The Rock, every time he gets on, talk about positive. This guy is like, every time he's smiling, it's
amazing.
and it's like it takes
How does
me
he have
like
so much time to do everything?
I don't know, but it takes me 5-6 times maybe to get a video. Like I gotta. This guy looks like he just throws the camera. I go, hey, what's up, guys? We're watching my show here. We got my agent here, and
It's the best video of all time. It's well articulate. It's everything's so damn lit, and
It's amazing.
he's jacked and
Jacked out of his mind. What's he taking?
I bet they turn off and he. What'd you say?
What's he taking? I want to get involved. How do you-
Every steroid for 5,000.
That's for sure, right?
Yes, every steroid in the book.
I mean, damn, he's shooting.
but I wonder
up.
if he turns off and he's like, God damn it! He's just like pissed
He gets
off.
roid rage. I don't know. Whatever he
You
does.
see,
it seems to
and
be
have you seen
working.
his perfect daughter? Look how cute
So
that little girl
fucking
is.
Cute. Oh my god, she's
Oh,
cute.
wow.
Oh my
Look
god.
at that.
Queen, can we say
Look at those eyes.
power?
Go Howard.
Yeah, there you go.
This guy's always laughing and smiling.
Always, and the best teeth ever.
Women's Day.
Our Women's Day.
Perfect. All right, and can you say, Daddy is the most handsome, brilliant, sexiest, might be inappropriate, man alive. Say all that.
Shoot us.
Perfect.
Yeah,
He's a brilliant man.
She's got to be the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Right?
That's like if you look at Roger Federer, the greatest tennis player of all time. They had his kids in the audience, and they were dressed in like suits and ties, and like it's like a polo ad. Even the guy who was announcing goes, "You're the greatest tennis player in the world," and you got kids that stepped out of a polo ad. I mean, come on, how much more?
Look
And
at
it's
The
a lot
Rock's
about. It's a
daughter,
lot like,
man.
huh?
Look at the Rock's daughter. She looks like the character off Moana.
It's unbelievable. It's
yeah,
unbelievable.
she is stunning.
Yeah, his social media is good though. That's the point of this.
Yeah, no, social media is good. It's just
Taking a dip.
He's taking a dip, and I'd like to see a little bit more
right.
coming out of you.
That's all you got to eat. That's all I got.
Sebastian, were you at the comedy? Brian always tells me because I know the comedy store is just. I mean, they're sold out Monday through Sunday.
Which is crazy, right? It's
Were you there
it's a
during
new
the,
thing.
the dark age? I guess.
Dark
Yeah.
age. Yeah,
Really?
We were both there. It was awful. It was. We didn't know.
12
if the show-
alcoholics in the main in the original room. 12 alcoholics. And I'm not kidding. Nursing their drinks scattered, and you'd go up. Right? Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
The thing I remember most about the Comedy Store in the 98, 99, 2000 is they had to wait to start the show because nobody was there. So show starts at 9, nobody in the room. You would call, start yet? No, nobody here at 9:30. Anybody? No, we got 2.
got 2?
The original room was the only room running all week. And then main room was open on Saturday night. That's it.
And the factory would open, usually it'd be like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I think.
The Laugh Factory?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never did the Laugh Factory early on. I started doing that maybe around 2005. Jamie Masada, when I auditioned for him early on, he goes, "What are you so angry about? Why angry? Sam Kinison angry, but purpose. You have no purpose." So
I love Jamie. Fucking love him.
Yeah, it was slim pickings at the Comedy Store.
How did that? It became. It's like I can't believe it's become like this now.
Yeah, it's like
it's never been like this, dude.
No.
I mean, never. You know, I did a half-hour show for one Israeli guy one time in the OR. I did a half-hour.
Does he go like this?
Dude, he was going like this. I was like, this is the greatest audience I've ever. I did a solid, hard half hour for the guy. And best show of his life. He was dying, cackling, like, I was like, how do I leave?
Like,
I can't leave.
well.
They left me up there. We used to do shit up there. I don't know if you ever saw me do this, but we would do shit where I'd have my underwear on only. Rogan one time was laughing so fucking hard because they were like, again, there were probably 21 people in the audience scattered, and I was in my underwear and I was doing calisthenics, and I think I was trying to lead the crowd. They were all fucking just drug ass. Like, come on, let's go deep, and now let's just stand here for a while and let's just crunch here so you guys know you're not going to get to this level. I'm in my underwear. You're not going to get to this level, obviously.
Please Rogan do that again.
Like I didn't even know it was him. He was laughing so hard.
I would laugh my ass off.
But that's the kind of shit you just get away with.
No, I wish I would have seen that. I've never seen you in your underwear upstairs.
Oh, you'll see later. We'll do it later.
The resurgence is just from
over. You know that, right?
You think the resurgence just from the deep roster of phenomenal comedians? I mean,
I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah. There's so many comedians over there that have a following that if one of them's going
social
media too. The Comedy Store has really paid attention to their social media within the last 2 or 3 years.
But you can go there and you can see Sebastian, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. I mean,
Chris
Bill
D'Elia,
Burr,
Burr,
the best comics in the world
on a Monday night,
on a Monday and a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
and now
and by the way, how much does it cost you? $20.
$20. And now you don't even need to look at the roster. You know this can be heavy hitters. So you just need to get a ticket.
That's right.
Oh, you want to go see some of the best comedians in the world?
It's crazy.
Oh, let's just go. But it's a Tuesday night. Yeah.
So
it's a nice place to work out. It's the only place I feel the most comfortable to try out really brand new material.
That's so interesting you say it because Joey Diaz he's the opposite. He goes, man, I used to be able to try my new stuff out at the Comedy Store, but now you're following. Not that Joey Diaz cares, but you're following Sebastian, Bryan, Bill Burr, Mark Maron. And no one's really trying out new stuff. So you got to bring your your A material. Because everyone else is just.
I was just thinking about you've been thrown into this as doing stand-up comedy. You've been thrown into a mix of some of the best in ever.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a high bar. It's a good thing for you because this is like
I don't know. Yeah,
it's.
Are you picking up tips and stuff? I mean, when you're around, when you're around there,
nonstop. Yeah. I bring that Jesus Trejo, who's a he's a guy who's always at the Comedy Store. He's a regular there. I bring him with me whenever I'm on the road. He opens, and then I'll ask him, say, "Hey, watch all if you can," and I'll pay him extra. Or watch the sets if you have any notes, any buttons, any set I do at the Comedy Store. Bryan or Tripoli or D'Elia, I'll ask them to help me. Rogan helps me. Rogan opened up for me at the Wilbur in Boston. And then he watched my whole. He's never seen me do an hour. He watched my full set, and then we went back and exchanged notes afterwards. So yeah, man, as much as I can get.
That's amazing.
I'm in training camp nonstop for this stuff. So
yeah, we're always learning. I just feel like if you're around a lot of comedians, everybody's got like a different way of looking at how they do it. If you start like really analyzing how I was out to dinner with drop a name, it's just Seinfeld.
Jesus, and you look right down at your hands.
Yeah,
he knows a few things about comedy.
Yeah. Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah. He's worth $1 billion, by the way.
Yeah, we went out for pizza.
But yeah, congratulations.
What'd he say?
No, just like for me. When you come to my show, I want to make it more of an experience, not only for just the stand-up. I want, if people are going to pay this type of money, they're going to come out, and get a babysitter, and they're going to pay for parking, and they're going to do all this, I take it really, really seriously because I don't want to half-ass it. I don't want to. I don't want to do any of that just because this is a business, and if people come and they go, it's all right, they ain't gonna come back. So we would
It's
just
also respect, for the effort that they're making and the money they're spending.
Yeah, I feel like people are coming into my house, and I got to have a lot of food for them to eat.
Yeah.
So that's the way I look at these shows. I did this show, and I want to populate the screens before the show with stuff that is fan engagement. Like they hashtag Stay Hungry. We'll throw their picture up there so they could see their photo. I did instead of a kiss cam, I did a Sebastian face cam where the camera come on you and you got to make one of my faces. Just have it a little interactive rather than just going to a show. You sit there and you wait for the comedian. Hey, you laugh and you go home. I try.
It's a show. You're putting on a show.
Yeah, it's like a show.
Yeah.
It's a show. You want to have little photo booths outside if people want to take.
Can I feature for you?
Yeah, if you want to come. I just want to make
everybody.
Oh, excuse me. I want to make it more.
What's the deal with Sebastian, everybody?
I want to make it more of an experience for people than just a stand-up comedy show, because in this day and age, with all that's going on and everybody's attention is so split in 18 different directions, you really have to keep people engaged. And I feel like when you come to one of my shows, hopefully you leave going, I can't wait to tell a couple more people to come back next night.
And Seinfeld was saying the same thing?
Well, yeah. Well, we were just talking in general about stand-up comedy and about TV shows. And do you need a TV show? Back in the 80s, you needed a TV show to kind of catapult your stand-up career because that's how you kind of got the word out to a broad audience. Now, man, it's like these comedians, they don't really need a TV show.
In fact, you could do a TV show and it hurts your numbers because it doesn't translate. Mm-hmm. You do a sitcom on ABC or
you might
whatever,
get boxed in as that character.
It also
it
just doesn't translate. I don't know why, but I've been on the Goldbergs for 4 years now. It's a really popular character, but that's not what sells tickets. Mm-hmm. This sells tickets. Mm-hmm. And then the local press, and then some people are like, oh, but there's no way for me to tell them when I'm doing the Goldbergs that I'm going to be in their town.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're playing a character too.
Yeah, and that's the other thing.
Yeah,
and people are tuning in here. They're getting to know you guys, and now your comedy is you. So when you go out, they know what they're kind of getting.
That's correct.
Plus the podcast audience, I believe, is a different audience entirely. I mean, I would venture to
more
guess
loyal.
Yeah,
younger too, right?
Younger.
Just depends. 1836 are our demographic, but they're more loyal. If you're going to tune into a podcast with Bryan and I, you're basically listening to us at least for 4 hours a week. If you listen to my other shows, you listen to me for 6 to 8 hours a week. If I'm coming to your town, you're a loyal dude, man.
Not only
and
that's
it's also
true.
different too, because when I was fighting, or I'm sure people on TV shows get the same thing. When I was fighting, people would come up to me. They don't know me. They know me from doing a pre-interview of I'm about to get in a fist fight with another grown-ass man. So it's not that I'm a character, but I'm saying stuff to sell the fight. It's violent stuff. So they would approach me that way, and I didn't know them. They didn't know me, and I was like, oh, my God, man, get out of here. Like, I don't need this. In the podcast, they've listened to this enough where it's never awkward when I meet people.
They know you.
They know me inside and out.
Yeah.
If they do listen to the show, it's like we're old friends.
The other thing is that we give this away for free and always have and always will. And I think that there's something about that for people. They really appreciate it. And in a way, they kind of feel like they want to give back too. Because like I've had people say, I go, you've given us so much free content for so long. Like, of course I'm going to buy a ticket to your show. There's an interesting thing there and that was something I talked to Rogan about a long time ago.
Did you and Seinfeld talk about Porsches at all? He's like Mr. Porsche.
Yeah, he's so into the Porsche. Like I don't know what's under the hood. I'm not that guy.
He has his master's degree in Porsche.
Yeah, he knows. Like in 1956, they came out with I don't know any of that. I just drive the damn thing. I don't know a lot about anything. I just
you don't get detailed.
I don't get detailed.
But you went on
sports guy.
Not really.
But you went on Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, right? 'Cause
Yes.
he's your boy.
Yeah, we became fast friends over the last 3 years, and here's a guy who's been through all of that, this TV show, the touring, and the whole thing. And anytime when I have like a question about the business, and that's kind of my guy to go to. So
you have Seinfeld, I have Rogan and Bryan.
Yeah, you have these guys in your career, you know. By the way, when he did when he ventured off and did his own podcast, like he's got another one, right? Jealous?
Yeah, I don't know why you're asking me these questions. I just not a comfortable question for me. I mean, do I feel betrayed again? Of course, but I mean, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. You know, I have a lot of arguments.
He gets royalty. He gets 10% royalty on everything I do. He gets 10%,
and it should be 20%, but I don't give a fuck.
Oh, okay.
The lawyers deal with it.
Yes.
Just like again, I'm watching from afar.
Do I get drunk on the rooftop and do I scream, "I made you"? Yes. But I mean, nobody's there to hear it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh,
you know,
God.
I'll tell you what, Sebastian, speaking of, you talked to Seinfeld, I'll talk to him and Rogan. I feel like in sports, it's not like this. And in comedy, and I'm sure there's guys out there who cannot stand me, and I get it, I'd hate me too. But I feel the comedy family has embraced me like I didn't think they would.
Oh, why? Did you think that you weren't going to be
I thought people were going to hate me. Yeah, I was always super self-conscious. I'd walk in a room and ask Bryan, like, why are you in the corner, like, huddled up? Because I didn't want to, like,
but you know
walk around and peacock out. So I would just go there and get ready to do my set, and I'd get out. But then people were like, oh, where are you going, man? Everyone's
I think you would have been in many ways, because comics are not the nicest people. But I think there's something that what your saving grace was that you'd already kind of proven yourself in the podcast space, but also like you can't take away the the calluses that you've gotten. See, a lot of times comics go, you want to be a comic, being an actor is one thing. You want to be a comic, that means you got to grind on the road, get up alone, and do all that. You got in a cage in your underwear. No, it's a big thing. No, but I'm telling you, for comics, when you see a guy who's gotten into a cage in his underwear and fought that creates a callus that is so there's a grit there. There's kind of a grit, and and you can see it on your ears, and so it's in a way
there might be a respecting, but it's a different lane.
There's a respect thing.
Like even
I think,
for me, and this is calling the kettle black. Like I'll see other. I want to be nice about this. I'll see other athletes trying comedy. Yeah. Because they've seen and I'll put this in quotes, success, depends what you want to say, success. Sure. They'll see my success, so they're doing comedy. Yeah. And I'll judge them like, you have no idea, man.
Well, also because you've wanted to be a comic your whole life.
Correct.
That's the other thing. The big difference is that you've always been really artistic.
Yeah.
You've always been into fashion. You've always been in... That's the biggest thing, is that the truth is you have always wanted to be either a singer, a dancer, an actor, or a fucking comedian.
I'm gay, Sebastian.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He is.
Okay.
And
that's as long as that's
well, it's
out.
important for us to talk about his homosexuality and to say that we don't care about that. But you're getting fucked before you leave this room. So your celebrity means fuck all in this room. And I don't mean to scare you, but it's happening.
Get off me. Sebastian, do you have a goal as far as specials you want to do? Are you trying to compete with
Hey, when the special's ready, it's ready. I'm not trying.
But you're not trying. You know, the 10 and
the 10.
Yeah,
is that the we got to get the 10?
No, I'm just saying that's God. Who the fuck is 10 specials?
So, for me, specials, I'm never going to put out a special just to put one out. I put it out when it's ready, and I'm not trying to attain a certain number of specials. But I did want to hit a point in regards to what we were talking about with this stand-up comedy and you coming into stand-up comedy. When you were fighting, right, and a guy came in, let's say he was from another profession. Let's say it was a baseball player.
We had a lot of football players come in.
Okay, so do you go, well, you were a football player, right?
Yeah.
Okay, do you look at the football player and go, hey, you don't know what it takes?
For sure. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I did.
So it's like the inherent thing is, if you're in a profession and you've been doing it for a while and a new guy comes in from another profession, I think there's always going to be like, hey man, this is a different animal 100%. And whatnot. And then especially when you have the success that you've been having doing it, of course you're going to get people looking at you going, the fuck is this guy doing? And I'm not doing it.
I am never like that. And I'm telling you why.
There's people out there that are like that.
They are, and I never understood it. Like all bullshit aside, like this, the jealousy and all that. I have never looked at this. I think a lot of it's like how you look at it. I never looked at this career as a competition. It has nothing to do with me. Like, I have enough time competing with myself and trying to do what I'm doing. So whether my buddy over here is blowing up or whether Rogan is, that has nothing to do. I never think, oh, the pie's getting smaller.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's not enough for me. That's never made sense to me. And I think it's a very bad way to think.
No.
It's a ridiculous way to think.
It is a bad way.
If anything, it should be, you see your friends close to you killing it like you and stuff. That's kind of inspiring. It's exciting, especially when they're doing it the right way. I guess maybe sometimes you'd see somebody who is popular for whatever reason and has no talent and they blow up. But I don't care about that either. I don't want to be that because that's not really substantive, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's really a question of the perspective that you take and how you look at things. This shit is hard enough it's hard enough competing with your fucking self. Competing with other people and comparing, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it's very human to do. I understand that, but it's a bad idea.
No, I get you. Let me talk. I'm the guest. I hear you.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Sebastian, do you have the same kind of process as far as when you write as Seinfeld does? Is that motherfucker?
No,
he's a monster.
He's a monster. I mean, I don't know if you watched his last special. He had all his notes on the street.
That's where I get it from.
Yeah, I have no notes. I don't work that way. I don't write. I go up on stage. I will. I go to Comedy Store tonight. Tomorrow night, and I will talk about my experience within the last week about going to Soul Cycle or about going to my buddy's business and how that business looks. It's just like telling a story. It's telling a story. Like, I call my ma, I go, Ma, listen what happened at Soul Cycle today. I walked in, and it's the same thing that I will do on stage. I don't sit in a room going, all right, you know, I did the Callan and Brendan show, or what was funny.
Do you wear a skirt at Soul Cycle? No, I don't know. I don't know how
heels.
It works. Heels.
But I think that's why, again, when I do, I guess, homework or for inspiration when I look at comics, you're one of them because you're a storyteller.
Yeah, mine's just all stories. So if you're a joke teller, you're going to have to write the jokes down. But I record all my sets. I go and I get in my car and I listen to it on the ride home. And I'll listen to it the next morning. And then hopefully I'll get up on stage the next night and then just keep honing it. And that's the kind of way I work. But Seinfeld works in a way where it's like, I'm like, man, this guy's got folders and folders.
Like every single one he's ever.
Like
Have you ever seen that in his special?
Yeah.
Where it's sitting in the street and they laid them all out.
Yeah, I can't.
And it's
do that.
like
I know guys who.
Rogan's a guy who writes every morning on the computer.
Yeah, some guys. I know guys
everyone's
who just
different,
sit in there,
though.
right? Yeah.
That's the one thing that I've learned from because I'll talk to D'Elia, obviously you, Callan, Burr, everyone has their process. There's no certain, make sure you spend an hour every day and write this. Yeah. Make sure you do this.
I'll set a timer sometimes, though, if I feel like I'm scattered and I won't look at my phone or anything, and I'll just sit and wait till something happens, or I'll go over for me, I write because I keep going over my set. Like, right? Don't you feel, if you just keep going over it, you find shit. It takes you somewhere.
It's like D'Elia, he went on after me, and he just got back from Australia. And I was telling him how good Australia is. He's never been there. And so he booked a trip down. He was like, one of the reasons I went is because you went down there. So he goes down there, does all these theaters, sells out. And then he comes back that night, D'Elia with his crazy work ethic, and he goes right to the stage and he tells a story on him flying to Australia and going through all of it. And I go, dang, man, what'd you write that? He goes, I didn't. That story just happened to me, man. I'm like, damn, that was an actual story. He's like, yes, but I find the past of where the funny's at, and it was so damn good, man.
Yeah, telling a story.
But I go, you don't write that down? It's I never write.
Yeah, it's amazing to find out how these people work.
What story are you going to tell about me in this podcast?
Oh, I don't know where I'm going to go with it.
You have no energy suddenly in your mouth.
I have a podcast myself.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and it's been on for 5 years. It's obviously not as
It's been on for 5 years.
Yeah, it's not as successful as yours. We don't have a brick wall.
Well, that's Showtime. He's got his Showtime studio in here as well.
That's where I do the podcast. For
okay.
Showtime.
This is another thing you're doing here below the belt. Is another thing you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Jealous.
No, I'm not. We've already gone through this. You can't just say that to me. But you're asking me on my podcast.
I didn't know. I just noticed you weren't on the wall.
No, I'm not on the wall because it's not my podcast, for Christ's sake.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, now you're looking around for more pictures of me.
I was looking like, where do you fit in?
All right, I'm right there. There's some caricatures of me right there. And you know.
All right, I see.
And I like being small.
The chin versus count.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, and it's similar to yours in the sense that it's similar. It's two buddies kind of getting
Who's
together.
the other guy?
Pete Corielli.
Great guy.
He's a comedian.
Does Pete live in L.A.?
No, we do it via
It'll never go anywhere. But anyway, keep going. That's a lazy man's podcast.
We don't have sponsors.
Yeah.
We don't have a horse's head on the wall or anything like that. But
zebra.
You
gotta get it right. You can't just say that.
No,
it's a zebra.
Yeah.
It's a zebra.
By the way, the fighter and the kid. Did you somebody make that
Took me
for
a
you?
long time.
Or-
fan
break
made
a bunch of
the fan.
plastic.
Yeah, see, fans don't send us that. But
They
we
made
do.
that. That guy's a genius. That guy who made
Ghost
the
Wreck.
chin versus.
Do you ever think about going? And I'm not saying not, and you're so busy, so it's almost now that I'm saying out loud, it sounds stupid. Have you ever thought of going the Burr D'Elia route, where it's just you riffing like once a week?
No. This works really well with Pete and I. It's called the Pete and Sebastian Show, and it works really, really well. I don't think I could get on and talk for 1 hour
with the beast
by myself. That's not my style at all. I tip my hat to those guys that do that. But and it's been good. We have very, very loyal listeners, as you well know. The podcast. Are you paying attention?
I'm looking at the thing.
Okay.
I say,
Yeah, you was
I'm not going to be looking at you.
You were definitely out.
I was thinking about Pete Corielli, who I love. He's a funny guy. Pete's a great
You're
guy.
paying attention. I looked at his face too, and Brian was like this.
No, I was looking at. I'm trying to see what the thing is. And
You've been doing it for 5 years.
Yeah, it's 5 years.
These are two comics who've been at it forever.
Yeah,
Pete's a great comic.
No guests. We have no guests. It's just kind of me and him talking.
It's better
about
sometimes.
Have me on. I'll give you a bump.
Yeah, well,
I'll give you
once.
a major
Well, we don't really have a studio. I do it out of my house. I don't have this. I don't have the surroundings.
How often do you do it? Once a week?
Once a week. It's on every Friday. I'm sorry. What's your name?
Chin.
We don't have Chin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no,
we don't have a
Chin's a
guy
game
like.
changer.
Oh yeah, actually we do, but he's remote. It's DJ Lou. He's in New York. He
Yeah.
kind of puts it all together.
Disaster.
The whole kind
Bad.
of.
Mission en disaster.
No, I mean, obviously you guys been doing it long enough. It's good. And then the book once it come out.
He doesn't give a shit.
Obviously, you're doing
Moving on.
Anyway, the book.
Moving
you
on.
You did a book.
He got so bored. He got so bored of your fucking podcast story.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sure that will
You see
really,
that?
really take
Yeah,
off.
no, that's great. But what about the book? And you pointed at the book. You waved at that screen. You pointed at the book.
Oh God.
Oh man, that's offensive.
Let me see the
Wow.
book first.
No, it's just
So this is
the book.
Stay
is,
hungry.
no, it's here. The book is here.
Let me
That's-
see.
Yeah, that's why I was saying
This is
that.
fantastic.
I can keep one of these, Sebastian.
Yeah,
I promise
I
you.
have
will
one
read it.
signed for you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I got
Tony Danza says a really good read from beginning to end with laughs at every stop. All right, Tony.
Yeah.
J.J. Watt. Wow, you don't even watch football. The compelling and inspiring story of Sebastian's rise to the top of the comedy world. That's all he said.
That's it. That's all
right.
I need to say.
Why don't you have me, Danny Aiello, be one of the funniest men alive, which is true. This is a textbook on how to keep fighting when everything is telling you to go home. How he made it will inspire you. That's good. I like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think this book's going to relate to more people than any of these other celebrities or anything like that, because your journey we can all relate to, man.
Yeah, the book is out. It came out last week. You could pick it up at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. It took a while, like I said, to write. My wife and I wrote it together.
Oh, really?
And
Nice.
she really helped me out with it. She was very instrumental in getting those stories out.
Why do you not wear your hair like that
Oh
anymore?
my God, is that a mullet?
Why?
I don't like to call it a
I've
mullet.
never seen anything like that.
Hold
in my
on,
life.
did you look like that when you're trying to sell those dishes?
No, this is pre-dish. This is when I was. I don't know if you noticed. I was all conference soccer.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that was my
That
soccer
hairstyle
look.
makes the sense.
Yeah,
You were
so-
a good athlete.
Yeah,
which makes sense because
yeah.
you move well on stage.
No, I like
well,
like a
hold on
gazelle.
for a second. Hold on for a second.
What do we got here?
I mean, if you don't,
Shirtless?
well, that's
With just
he's wearing
a-
a vest right there. Look at the chest on the kid. That's an Italian.
He
That's
looks like
an
he's
Italian.
dressed like Aladdin.
You're
It's
a
cool,
glossy
though.
young bull right
Oh,
there.
yeah, no, that's
you're
the,
the poor
uh,
man's Frank Grillo, and I appreciate that. And look at that right there.
It's in the weeds off the off ramp in Rockford, Illinois.
I can just see the photographer. Open your shirt and look down. Hold your head this way. Right. That's it. There's the one.
There it is.
And then you send it to all the people, and your mother's like, "That's the sexy one."
Oh, yeah, my mother thought that was like.
Dang, you were serious about Michael Jackson. There's a picture of you.
Oh yeah, that's 5th grade ice cream social doing Billie Jean.
This is fantastic.
That's cool, man.
So yeah, I'm.
It's so good to see you do this, and having known you so long, and having been such a hero to you. I know I have, and a big inspiration. And now to see sort of somebody I considered my pup. Become a full-grown dog. You know what I'm saying?
Full-grown dog.
You know what I mean? No, not to be a dick, but I felt like I was always feeding you in the nest. And now you've sprouted wings and you're actually soaring. So,
well, I thank you for that.
Now I can shoot you down anytime I fucking want. And
so tread lightly.
Tread lightly, because I'll load my shotgun right now and break a wing.
I will. Let me speak. Let me speak.
Wait. Tell him what you said. Tell him what you wrote.
Here, I wrote.
He inscribed something to me.
Actually, you know what? I burned a book because I spelled your name wrong at first. I didn't know you went with a Y.
Yeah.
You guys know each other well.
Well, just turn on any TV station, and you probably figure.
Well, I had to go to your Instagram, and that's where I saw the dip. Yeah. I'm gonna go see how you spell it.
I love that.
So yeah, here's yours. This is. Are you 32 years old?
He wrote. To Bryan, are you 32 years old? That's fantastic.
I don't know. I just wrote it in the car.
I'm young.
I love this, man.
So, yeah.
And I'm not just saying this because you're here, Sebastian. These are my favorite books to read, man. I like, I read Seinfeld's book. I read Judd Apatow's book.
All right. So you're cranking it out.
Are you gonna do a book on tape with this?
It is.
It is.
Yeah, it's audio.
Did you do it in your voice?
Yeah.
I heard those are a monster to do.
It was one of the hardest things I ever had to do.
Really?
Have you ever heard this? The people who do books on tape?
I believe it.
It's hours and you got to.
5 hours a day. It was 5 sessions for 5 hours. And listen, when I read, it's not, listen, I don't read to begin with. All right? Yeah. So when I'm reading out loud, even though I wrote the damn thing, it was like, there's like 2 people editing you as you're going, so
directing you.
Yeah, in your ear, you'll go. They'll go. You said could, and there's no could in the sentence. Jesus, I was adding words. I was subtracting words. It's difficult.
I heard it's like one of the toughest things to do. Aubrey Marcus doing it for his book that came out, and he goes, "Dude, I thought this was gonna be fun. I was all excited to do it, but." And some people, they don't want to deal with it, so they'll have someone else read it, and it doesn't work, man.
Meryl Streep's done this for books. I mean, a lot of actors do it, and it's
Thank you, sir. Thanks, brother.
Chin,
really appreciate it, man.
For you
Thank
because
you,
I knew
man.
I knew someone was going to be here. I just didn't know it was going to be you.
There you go.
So I just put I want your career in there because you're multifaceted.
You're silly, man.
Chin, you have any interests?
Singing.
Oh, okay.
He sings like
He
an
sings
angel.
country.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's a CHIN, Chin?
Yep.
That's right.
Like,
All right.
The stereotypical way to spell it.
Yeah, so I don't know why I'm saying this on the show. But yeah, is that it?
That's it, brother.
I love that you're signing on the show.
Yeah, no, I figured it'd be nice. Is this video?
Yeah.
Video too,
video
man.
too?
People watch it.
yeah.
Oh,
watch
no
this.
wonder you guys are successful.
Yeah.
It's not only audio, but you could pick this up on like a YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
to the-
that's what we gotta do.
Yeah, 200,000, 250,000 subscribers.
200,000.
We have a plaque. The fuck do you think you're dealing with?
Where's
over
the
here?
plaque?
It's somewhere.
We used to hang
You
out.
got a
that
plaque and you
plaque
just put it in the corner.
We don't give a fuck. We'll get another one.
We'll get another one. We
Give
get
a shit about our
500.
What's the plaque for?
Oh, when you get 100,000, we shatter that
No,
immediately.
200,000.
It was 100,
100,000.
but then it's around 200 now. Close
Yeah.
to
So we should get another one?
Hey,
Yeah.
we doubled it.
You doubled it. Double plaque.
Yeah, double
You got a
plaque.
double plaque.
That's all it is. I looked at the gold. I went, we'll go silver. Go platinum.
What's with the shoes on the table?
You know, you can ask Brendan. By the way, who makes your shoes?
Oh, this is.
I know you got a lot.
Giancarlo Rossi.
Yeah, those are nice shoes.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo.
I like
Giancarlo
him. I like him
Rossi's-
because the airport.
Yeah, they're not Versace.
Those are nice.
They're not Versace, you know.
You are a clothes. You're like Brendan. You're not. You walk into a room. Don't be surprised if you got $5,000 on your body. I mean, don't be surprised. And I make a call right now. I'll make a call right now because I'm looking at the watch and the shoes. you're top of the tens right now. You could be 10,000.
Well, you know what kind of watch that is, B?
No.
You have no idea?
No, let me see it.
Well, he's Italian. That'll give you a clue.
It was a gift. I don't buy a lot. I don't buy a lot.
It?
You don't
Who
buy
makes the
stuff?
watch?
It's a
Panerai.
What is it?
It was an Italian. Wasn't it an Italian submarine? People. I think the Italians wore this.
It's not too
The Italian Navy, right?
Italian Navy.
So it's not crazy expensive.
I don't know details.
Oh,
I don't know details.
Brennan just looked around. All right.
It's not a cheap watch. It's a great. It's a great watch.
So you're walking
Especially if you're
in the
Italian.
studio. You're walking in the studio. You're on YouTube with, I don't know, $10,000 on your body at least.
I don't know about $10,000.
At the end of the day, you can go
Let's
all
not
the
get
way
the man
down.
robbed.
You can go to the bottom of the ocean. That thing's not going to shatter. That's what I know.
You're probably right on that.
Jesus.
But no, I don't like to. This is normal jeans.
No. You're a regular guy.
It's a regular guy, right?
You had them
I like the
loomed
coat,
for
though.
you. You had them loomed to your body, but whatever. They were loomed to your body because you played soccer, so you got amplified.
Yeah, I got thighs in that.
You're not wearing skinny jeans because you're a man and you spend a lot of time on a field.
Well, actually, you know what? I do have a pair of skinny jeans, kind of tight around the calves because my calves are pretty phenomenal.
No,
You have big calves.
Can I be honest with you? You got calves that your legs are made. Your whole body is built to bear down. You understand?
If you say so.
Well, if there's a long march, I'm throwing a rucksack on your back. You're carrying the food, and you're not breaking down, right?
Hey man,
'Cause you don't
when
overthink things.
when I leave here and I look up rucksack, whatever that is, I'll let you know. You said another word early on in this podcast.
Oh,
Did you hear that long word that came out of his mouth?
yeah. Was that the Versace? It was like the documentary, but what was it?
No, not
the eulogy thing.
It started with an A, like you said something. Did you
Apothecary?
No,
No, that's it. That's
Chin. Just stick to singing. If we re-listen to this,
was it apology? Did I use the word apology?
No. It's right in the beginning.
Apple?
I acted like I knew what you were talking
Yeah.
about.
I do it all the time. I just breeze through it, no doubt, man.
Yeah, there are words that I was it antebellum? Did I use the word
No,
antebellum?
no,
Was I talking
antebellum.
about pre-Civil War?
No.
There was a woman sitting next to me on the plane, and she looked at the guy, and she said across the aisle, she goes, "Do you know what this word means?" And I went, I couldn't help it, and I went, and the word was pogrom. And I happen to have known what pogrom means because it's, it doesn't matter. But I went into a long explanation of what the word is. It's actually a Yiddish word that is what the Jews used for when the Russians, when the non-Jews would come in and basically kill you or blame you for something. It was a pogrom. They would periodically, the Tsar would be like, inflation's bad, the crops suck, plagues, let's blame the Jews. And the Jews were kept in what they were called pales, these like ghettos. And they just send a bunch of fucking, Russians in, and they just basically killed everybody or fuck them up or whatever, and it was called a pogrom.
Wow.
Kick them out.
Okay, now
I'm glad I don't know that
That's
one. What
a
were you
long
saying?
if somebody asked you next week what a pogrom is, did you even listen to that?
Zero, bro. Welcome to my life.
And she did the same thing. I swear
As
to God,
he was explaining that, I was staring at the ceiling.
I swear to God, she did the same thing, and I realized it. While I was sitting, I went, "This is too long an explanation," and I spoke too soon. She doesn't care. I don't care anymore, and nobody else is going to care about this story. And I just proved it.
Oh man!
Look, you've insulted me for a good hour.
No, this is all like busting chops.
No,
You know
no,
that.
I understand.
You know,
that.
man.
I understand
Come on,
that.
man.
That's
Right,
your
we
mind.
know.
Go buy this man's book. He's one of the best in the
job.
business, man.
He goes, no, come on. He goes, you're jealous.
Well, listen, I appreciate you guys having me on. When does this air? Like in the summer?
It's going to air after the book. After nobody's reading the book anymore, we're going to air it. Stay hungry.
Winner of 2019.
We're going to give you a second bump the way Netflix gave you fucking special second bump the first time you did it. You ungrateful fuck.
This will be out, Chin, today? Tomorrow?
Tonight.
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 So tomorrow,
Oh, wow.
morning,
So we're
tomorrow
gonna see-
morning we'll blast it out.
We're seeing a spike in sales
It's called an
tomorrow.
Oprah
Boom,
effect. It's called the
100%.
Oprah
Oh,
effect.
nice.
Yeah.
Amazon. Barnes and Noble, wherever you get books for God's
Oh, you know what?
sakes.
Let me plug something. I'm doing a book signing here at the Grove at the Barnes and Noble on tomorrow, actually, to Tuesday.
So Tuesday.
Yeah.
What time?
I think it's at 7:00.
I love it over
So
there, man.
Tuesday at the Grove, tomorrow night at the Grove, 7:00.
Yes.
Sebastian is signing.
You can get
his book.
Sprinkles cupcakes and get a signature.
It's not a bad thing.
way to go.
glad you said
man,
that.
man, Chin, you got this up quick, man.
First time.
Chin
Yeah.
doesn't
So yeah, that's
Look at
tomorrow.
that.
So come by tomorrow,
that.
man. It's up. Is that
Last
tomorrow?
person
the
I saw
13th?
that was there was signing was Kevin Hart. At the
Oh, yeah?
Grove. Barnes and Noble Grove.
Wow.
Yeah, Sebastian don't mess around.
I love Kevin. Do you know Kevin?
I don't know him. No.
The best.
No.
The best. All right, my friend.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Thank
Get
you,
the
man.
fuck outta here. We love you. You're great. Yeah.
Sebastian's gone. We can let our hair down.
Sebastian's gone. We can let our hair down.
Take our pants off and suck each other off.
Cause we're gay. Had to go there.
You did.
No,
I
you
was making
did.
a joke, and then you said because we're gay.
Well,
why do we have to be
what do
gay?
you- well, straight
Not
guys don't
anything's
usually
wrong
do
with that.
All right.
I like that you're wearing the throwback Master Kim shirt.
Yeah, I like it.
How was Huntsville, Alabama, Bryan? I've been to Alabama. It's actually lovely.
Well, the problem is that you go to the towns and it's one fucking big conglomerate after another. What happened to small businesses? I don't even know. I'm not kidding. Does everything have to be Chipotle and Panera? You could blindfold me and drop me in Huntsville or some other
Nashville?
town in Illinois, and I don't. Nashville's different, but
True. Bad example.
but
Charlotte,
like
Columbus.
yeah, these places where
Seattle.
there's no difference. I wouldn't know that there's anything about Alabama that's
Well,
different.
that's because where the comedy clubs are at, they put them around those similar. That's
Yeah.
why. Unless you're going to theater.
But it's all
or the
corporate. Does
shit.
it all have to be these huge companies? When you're a kid and you're growing up there, you have a chance. You can go work at Panera, or you can work at Foot Locker, or you can work. It's the same thing. I'm just saying what.
Hey, bro,
happened.
it's America. How was
What
Alabama,
happened?
though?
It was fine.
Any good food?
To be honest with you,
You seem
Local
sad
Taco was really good. There's
Local
this place
Taco?
called Local Taco started in Nashville, and this guy Juan Hernandez, I think, great cook, and it was some of the best tacos I've ever had.
Really?
Actually, some of the best.
You didn't
I've
have any
ever had.
barbecue down there or anything? You're not a
I didn't have
barbecue
shit
guy.
for barbecue. Nah. You know what? Nah. There was a place, cool coffee shop called Alchemy.
Did oh, man, that's weird. A bunch of alchemy coffee shops, which is strange. But did a bunch of scientists show up to your shows? Like, 'cause
You know, I
isn't
thought they
NASA
would.
Isn't NASA
I
up the
thought they
street?
would, and I asked. I was like, any scientists, and none of them did.
Yeah, because you know why? They're busy. I don't want my scientists at a goddamn comedy show. They're busy.
Not only
They're
that-
trying to get to goddamn Mars.
Yeah, and not only that, and I really loved everybody at the club at Stand Up Live. They're fucking great. Everybody who worked there, this guy Tom, everybody, a Christian who runs it. But hey, can you not start the Saturday early show at 6:30?
You mean when people are eating?
I mean,
It's a bad idea,
Bro.
Why was it 6:30?
I guess it's Central Time. I don't give a shit.
That's too early.
It's Turley.
Too early for comedy.
It's Turley.
Way too early,
It's Turley. Fuck, man.
especially on the East Coast.
I was like, what are you doing to me?
Is that considered East Coast time, or is it Central? It's East Coast, right?
It's Central. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours behind.
I thought it was 3.
Oh, no. Or 2 hours ahead, I should say.
2 hours ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I had fun, though. I had fun. I always have fun, no matter where I am.
Who opened for you? Local guy?
Yeah, and by the way, though, I'll tell you
Funny?
something about people from... Yeah, they were really funny. I'll tell you something about Alabama. Don't insult any... See, in the South, I think I can say this with... If you are polite to people, they are the nicest, coolest people on the planet. Now, please understand something about Alabama. Everybody has a gun on their personage. If they don't, they got it in the truck, and that's a fact. And it's not uncommon to see a man walking through Kmart or Walmart with his with his AR-15 strapped over his shoulder. Now, hold on.
Not a lot of shootings there, though. Is
Now,
there?
hold on. Probably not. Now, here's the thing about the South. I did a thing where my last joke, I do that global warming bit where I'm like, I
Yeah.
did this thing and I go, you people aren't educated, you don't get the joke. And a woman
said that in
goes-
Alabama?
Yeah, but I was joking. It's all
Bad
part
idea
of the
that'd
thing.
be, though, huh?
A woman goes, she said something like, who you calling uneducated, you fucking bitch, motherfucker?
White girl?
And older than me, older than me.
Now, does she work for NASA?
And a table full of other white-haired people. but they were Southerners and they were rather proud. So don't be coming in as a Yankee and telling anybody. And I was joking because by the way,
did you say shut up, gravy chops?
Nope, I got her back because what I did was I went,
shut up, macaroni and cheese.
Sure didn't. I got her back because what I did was I acknowledged it. I added it in, but I had to stop. I had to incorporate it because it was that nasty and mean, and it was violent.
She was serious.
Yes, sir. So I had to bring it in,
kick that bitch
and then
in the
I got her
face.
back. I said at the end, I go, "Where's my girl? Am I getting you back?" And she was like, "Yeah." So fine.
Dang.
But yeah, and that's always been the case in the South.
You're on educated, stupid motherfucker.
Don't insult somebody's honor. Don't fuck with somebody's girl.
It's a comedy show though, so group of white ladies, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, let's
do me a favor. Let's calm down. I'm a comic. Obviously joking. I do this all around the nation.
Joking, but not joking about you apparently.
Apparently, you're uneducated because you're the only one that took offense to it.
Yeah, there you go.
Because see this gentleman here works for NASA? Laughed at the joke.
There you go.
He's educated as fuck.
There you go.
You obviously can't read.
Well, I didn't.
Miss your teeth.
That would have made it worse.
I know. It's not the way to handle it.
Yeah. Well, what was funny is some of the guys were at the club. I go, the guys who worked there, and I said something to the effect. I go, you see, on the coast in New York and in L.A., they would have a judgment about the South, and they had these like stereotypes of rednecks, and I'm talking to you guys, and you're all so smart, and you're just so fucking with it, and it's just it goes to show you all the bullshit stereotypes. And the guy who grew up in Alabama goes, well, actually, you're wrong about that. If I drove you 10 minutes that way, 10 minutes that way, or 10 minutes that way, if you walked in wearing nail polish and you were a guy, they'd cut your fucking fingers off. I was like, Jesus Christ, all right.
That's why I love Alabama, man.
Yeah, they don't fuck around.
Keep it old school.
Jesus, I'll tell you what.
You know who's from Alabama? Dominating box right now. The great Deontay Wilder.
Is he from Alabama?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Born and raised.
Damn.
Pride of Alabama.
There you
And
go.
they got Crimson football. They got good sports down there.
They take their sports
Alabama football
seriously.
They will kill you.
Seriously, they take it, right? Alabama football, no joke.
They play pranks on each other. I think it was Alabama did something to the Auburn tree, and they put some sort of chemical in it, destroyed the tree, and it was like a big.
Did you tell
deal.
Deontay not to wear his hair that way though?
He does it now. His head,
Such a
that's
handsome
old.
dude,
That's
but-
super old.
Yeah.
You brought up an old school. That's when he fought Washington. That's old school picture.
Yeah, that must be dreads, and then he tied him up or something.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, bad idea.
Alabama football, though. You know Auburn's in Alabama as well, right?
I do. I want to ask you something about him for a sec. Where does he get his confidence? Do you know anything about his childhood? Like, did he ever talk about any of that stuff?
I've gotten his child. He was just on Below the Belt podcast this morning. He called in. He's sick, but he. No, we really haven't talked about that. But he's. I think he gets his confidence. He's 39-0, or 39. Or sorry, 40-0, 39 knockouts. And I think he started. I agree. His confidence is different.
Also, to come back like that from Ortiz and after getting rocked.
People forget though he was an Olympian.
He was
like
Olympian. Bronze medalist, right?
Yeah, and to medal in the Olympics, especially in boxing, the heavyweight, it's not something something that just happens because you're athletic.
No,
like the dude can fight.
If a
guy
world,
has an Olympic,
you're fighting the world.
Yeah, if you have an Olympic medal, if you're on the national team, you just don't get there because you're big and athletic. People forget, man.
You're beating Cubans, you're beating Russians, you're beating schooled boxers.
He's doing something right, man.
Yeah, man, he really
fascinating,
is.
though.
Did you find? I'm sure you talked about this, but I need to for a second. Did you find that there was a bit of a discrepancy when he had more time to recover? And why did that happen?
Yeah, I asked Deontay about it, and he's like, there was some mishap because I have nothing to do with that. He goes, okay, it's conspiracy. Well, what happened in the 8th round, the 9th round, the 10th round when I was whooping his ass? What's the conspiracy there? That had nothing to do with it.
And how much time was he given? 10 seconds more?
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He goes, how much time was it? Barely enough time. And then also at the same time, he had, rounds after that to beat me. Didn't do it. So I don't get this conspiracy. He goes, that's what losers do. He goes, champions don't make excuses.
Yes.
He goes, I've had some off nights. I don't make excuses. He's never lost because I've had some off nights.
That's right.
When he dropped me in the 5th or 7th, he goes, I have no excuse.
That's it. That's a good point.
That's the way champions act.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Busy week for me. I don't know if you want to give me my birthday gift now or.
Wait a minute.
Birthday.
Hold on. 24th?
Close. 18th.
Your birthday's the 18th.
Sunday.
You little cutie. I'm going to pinch your little cheekers.
I'll be 35, bro.
What are you doing
I'm
for
on
your
the back.
birthday?
Hey, let's be honest. Thinking about it. I was talking last night.
For a big man? You're middle-aged?
I'm on the back 9. No, I'm on the back 9. Yeah, I'd like
for a guy your size, 35 is 50?
Yeah. Like, I'm around 70, it's getting a little sketchy for me. Like, my family and friends are like, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
My brain will probably go. My knees, I'm already having issues with my left knee. My neck's stiff as shit. I'm sleeping on the floor, which isn't helping. But, yeah, I'm on the back nine, though, if you think about it.
35
Life
years
is a
old.
rockin', but
Yeah.
I'm in my golden years right now. After this, all
You're in the glowing years.
glowing.
I think it's the glowing.
Not the golden.
No, golden is later on.
Not if you eat golden raisins. They're my favorite. So I say the golden years.
I don't know.
I don't like the black years.
All right, man.
No racist.
You just said I don't like black people.
No, I
heard you
didn't.
say-
I
that's
said the
what I
black years, which means
black
the
years,
dark years.
Black years is fucking code for black people.
But 35 right now, I'm flying high, and then it's just.
yeah, it can happen to all of us.
Now I want you to get me a.
What, are you having a party? Because we haven't even gone out to dinner for my party.
We haven't gone to dinner. We haven't done anything.
No. So what do you want to do?
I don't know.
You doing something Sunday?
Nope, have no plans. Should we do something?
I think we should.
You haven't seen the new crib.
I got a shitload of elk burger that Rogan gave me. Why don't we make elk burgers at your place?
That's a good idea.
For real.
Yeah. You just gotta shut the fuck up because my kid will be sleeping upstairs.
Yeah, that's all right.
I had to threaten my dad this weekend. He woke my kid up. I said, Dad, I'm cool with everything. And you're my dad, so I'm not going to disrespect you. You wake my son up again, though. Put these hands on you. and you're going to get a hotel. You know how hard it is to...
I'm going to put these hands on
You have to get a hotel, man. You can't stay with me. That's the golden rule.
Put
you
my
can't,
hands,
you can't wake up the
put
little
my
one,
hands
man.
on you.
I have to sleep on the floor with him.
I like that. I like the way you say that. I like you saying, I'll put my hands on
My
you.
hands on you. Now, you say that the wrong way, you're going to catch a case. It's assault, brother. Hashtag me too. So I got to be careful who I say it to.
Yeah.
I'll put
You're
my
right.
hands on you, though. But in a cool way, you know? In the way they got at the Starbucks.
What do you mean? Like shove me around?
If you want.
Give me
Depends
a,
what definition of shove means.
It's called giving you a shove around.
Yeah, it's shove around in your rump hole.
No,
I'm sorry. I know.
No, a shove around.
Well,
would
it's
be
my
just,
birthday.
Like in a small room, and you shove me against the wall,
and you're oiled up.
and I'm like, get off.
Yeah, and I'm like knuckle deep in your ass.
I don't want any of that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying just a good old shove
I
around.
see what you're saying. No, I'll just get like.
No, I want you to get your shovers.
Jeez.
No, you get your shovers on. We're fully clothed.
tear that
And
ass.
I'm like, stop. And you're like, yeah. And I go, boom. And I bump against the wall. And it
Lights off.
Hollow.
Birthday.
No, I don't want the lights off.
Birthday
dude.
cake.
I'm not into you, man. You're not my type.
Into you, bro.
God, you're
Dude,
not
I
my
thought you were the
type.
50-year-old gay owl, bro.
I am gay,
Either
but
you're
for Adam
if you're a
Rippon.
51 gay
For Adam
man or
Rippon,
not.
Not for you. You're not Adam Rippon. He's 5'7" with a fucking just a big doe eyes and a beautiful mouth.
Dude, either you're 51 and gay or not, bro.
I love Adam Rippon.
Pick a lane. Either you want this dick or you
I'd
don't.
make out with that guy. Because he's so feminine.
I don't know.
And he's
man.
funny and he's nice. Yeah, okay.
Should we do some current events?
Yeah, let's do some current
What do you got,
events.
Chin?
You talked about this a little bit already, but you didn't talk about it here. O.J. Simpson confessing
Yeah, what's
to murder.
this about? You hear this
Well,
shit.
Brennan watched this thing, so he has
did?
more details on everything.
I was so into it. My two takeaways that I posted this on Instagram. My two takeaways are: you see just how dark O.J. Simpson is, and how much of a sociopath he is as well. I can't believe this hasn't got out before. So he straight up confesses to the murders.
What?
Straight up confesses to the murders, and then at the end goes, "This is all hypothetical, though." But he talks about how he exited after the murders, how the murders happened, what went down.
But what was it? Was he being theatrical? Or was he saying?
No, he's under double jeopardy, so it doesn't matter. They can't trial him for the murders.
Let me watch
And he
this.
and he
Let's
goes,
just play this, right?
"This is all hypothetical, but it's all." Then they had an expert panel on there. Like this is unbelievable.
The chapter 6 is called The Night in Question. And you write in the book, now picture this and keep in mind that this is
Purely
hypothetical.
hypothetical.
Yes. Why don't you tell me what might have happened on the night of June 12th, 1994?
You don't have details like this. It's hypothetical.
First of all, this is very difficult for me to do this. It was very difficult for me because it's hypothetical. I know and I accept the fact that people are going to feel whatever way they're going to feel. They're going to, whatever they want to feel. In the book, the hypothetical is
Charlie pulls that up.
Charlie. This guy
Charlie's a made-up
shows
guy.
up, the guy who I had recently become friends with, and I don't know why you had been by Nicole's house, but it told me you wouldn't believe what's going on over there. And And I remember thinking, well, whatever's going over there's got to stop, right? So we kind of hooked up together, and, I'm kind of broad-stroking this. We go over, get in the Bronco and go over.
Let's just go back and do the details. Where did you park?
Let's do the detail.
You parked.
Very weird. This is already very weird.
Oh,
Park in the alley.
it's 2 hours long. It's the darkest shit you've ever seen.
You put on.
So he's saying this is all hypothetical, but he's talking about it like it happened. Why would you
He
do
gives
that?
you all the details, too.
Why would you do that, though? It's very strange.
You reached under the seat for.
A knife. I always kept a knife in the car for the crazies and stuff because you can't travel with a gun. And I remember Charlie saying, you ain't bringing that. And I didn't, right? But I believe he took it.
Charlie took the knife?
Yeah. In the book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
You can.
It's the darkest thing you've ever seen.
Very, really weird. Really weird.
But
When did he do this? When was this?
This is in 2006, but when he wrote that book to make money, If I Did It, the publishing house.
If I Did It.
The publishing house took that book down because the Browns and Nicole Brown's
Goldman's.
family,
Yeah. Goldman's.
the Goldmans, didn't want him to make money benefit off the murders, so they actually pulled the book. And it pulled this interview.
Yeah.
But in this interview, as it goes on, you realize how much of a psycho he is, and how
were they able to pull the book?
Because it was elite in court. They said he couldn't make money off the killings.
okay.
So in the murders, when he gets the murder part, he goes, and these are details where hypothetically he's literally confessing. He goes, I went there because they were invited to a dinner. I'm sorry. He went to a recital, his daughter's recital, and then Nicole Brown was going to dinner with friends. And OJ asked if he could go, and she's like, no. So he showed up at the restaurant too. And he goes, I was there with my friends. They say I was stalking. I showed up there with my friends, which he was. He purposely set that up so he could watch her. And then after that, she goes back to the house, and the guy Ron Goldman, who died, she left some glasses, returned them, and he thought he was there he was watching Nicole. He was spying on her.
So he wasn't even having sex with her.
So that guy came to drop off the glasses.
Oh, good guy.
They don't know. I don't know the relationship, so I can't comment on that.
Man.
But so they get in a verbal argument. So then Nicole Brown comes out because she can hear him. She goes, "Get the fuck out of this! Is my place." And the guy Goldman gets in a karate stance
Against O.J. Simpson?
Yeah, and O.J. Simpson goes, "What are you going to do? You going to kick my ass?" And then takes the knife out and stabs him in the face 4 times, and then grabs Nicole and hits her on top of the head with the knife. And then, it's graphic, then stabs her neck 4 times, takes her head.
That's what
her
they
throat.
think happened. In other words.
No, that's what they know for sure. That's the forensic file. That's what they know 100% happened.
So Goldman got in a karate stance.
And that's what OJ says. Mm-hmm. And then they go, so what happened after that? He goes, it just all turned red for me.
This is all talking about for this show.
So when OJ goes, they go, so what happened with the murder? She goes, I remember having the knife. I remember hitting Nicole on top of the head. And then I remember Goldman got a stance. And I said, where are you going to kick my ass? And they go, and what happened next? He goes, I just kind of blacked out and went all red from there. And I remember coming to, and there's just more blood than you can imagine. I was covered in blood.
Why would he talk
Then he
this
talked
way?
about how he escaped. He was, and I ran through 2 tennis courts to get to my house. And I get there, and he talked about how he left on a plane and how he got the call and what he did with the clothes. And it's insane. It's a straight up confession. And then what's crazy is when he goes, I just went red. I just went black. Well, they had the prosecution on there and the detectives. When they talk about the murder scene, it's like, no. What he did was psychotic, man. He'd go back and forth stabbing them. Like, it was overkill, the things he would do. It was crazy. It's the darkest shit ever.
Man, oh man.
We definitely know if anyone was worried if he did or not.
Does he live in it? Did he move down to Florida? Is that what they said?
I forgot where he moved to.
They're trying to kick him out of Florida. He's supposed to be in Florida. They're trying to get him out of Florida now.
Who?
The
community that lives in?
The community in Florida is trying to kick him out.
That's kind of tough too, right? Like, I don't know. What's he supposed to do?
I heard he's always surrounded by a lot of women to this day.
I bet he is.
He's just a huge celebrity.
I got no doubt women love him. Still.
You think still?
Hell yes, they love him. Fuck yeah, he's dangerous. He's O.J. Simpson regardless. He's one of the most famous people in the world. Those people get laid. There are a lot of women that like the boogeyman. That's a fact.
Near Vegas.
Well, anyway.
For the foreseeable
Vegas will take
future.
him in.
What else you got, Jen? Some dark shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dark stuff. Putin, he admitted that he actually gave the okay to shoot down a passenger plane. This is in 2014 because they had some sort of intel saying that the plane was being hijacked and headed for the Sochi Olympics.
Ooh.
Right?
Jeez.
So he had this phone call. He said, all right, we'll go according to plan. Plan was if something like that happens, you shoot down the plane, a passenger plane.
That makes sense.
Don't let it.
Yeah.
400 episodes deep, cell phone's still going off.
But
yeah,
like
makes sense.
5-7 minutes later, they got a call saying, oh, no, it's a mistake. He was just a drunk guy on the plane.
Jesus Christ.
So he actually made the call to shoot down the plane. But
that's what you have to do, right?
yeah.
Putin's had some Botox, huh?
Yeah, it's interesting. He looks. I was just thinking
100% had some
I was just
plastic surgery
thinking
done to
that.
that face.
That's really interesting.
Looks like Donatello Versace, huh?
I was literally just thinking that.
Please don't kill me.
I know.
He's definitely had some work done. Don't kill me.
Huh.
He has giant ears.
Yeah.
That's crazy though, man. But yeah, I mean, obviously, if plane's headed to kill more civilians, you gotta take them out.
But I mean, that kind of intel is just terrible.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's just a drunk guy. Don't kill him. Can you imagine if you shot it down and nothing
It was so
happened?
funny. Did you watch him like when what's her name from Fox? The
Megyn Kelly?
Megyn Kelly interviewed him. Like, you know how smart he is. Like,
Yeah.
he's a fucking straight up gangster, and she's trying to catch him and stuff, and he's just going like this. He's going. He's like, did we change the election from all the way over here? Did we have our agents? He goes, I don't know who did it. I can care less. He's like, stop blaming the fact that Trump won on me. And he's right. Like that's fine. Here's the fucking the news. As long as the news, see, most Americans want more money, and they have $500 in the fucking bank. And if the news is going to keep distracting, when the news goes, Stormy Daniels, Russia, what happens is people go, you're distracting the guy, and I'm counting on him to make my life better.
Yeah.
So you guys are talking about him getting laid.
We
You're
don't
talking
give
about
a
Russia.
shit.
We don't
We
give
want
a
money.
fuck.
Yeah.
I want the economy to be better, and all you guys are doing is trying to fucking distract him and actually trying to hurt him from doing his job for me.
I actually think a
And
lot of
that's
people
what the liberal press doesn't get.
I think a lot of people would give him kind of just be like, all right, if he's going to be a cowboy and do all this crazy shit, great. But if the economy's rocking, who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care how many girls he has. Is he doing well with the economy and people have more money?
Just like I didn't care when Bill Clinton was getting his dick sucked in the
God,
White House.
I don't give a shit. I really don't, man. We're obsessed with this shit. And
We're
now
not.
Stormy Daniels is suing him, and it's all, look, do this after. Let him do his fucking job.
But also,
right
if you're
now,
going to
for
do
real.
it, show us the video of Stormy Daniels and him doing it. You want to make money.
Yes.
When we let this economy boom, let's see
How you
that.
talking?
What else you got, Jen?
More footage of that Navy plane stuff, aliens, UFOs.
Yeah.
So this
I
came
don't
out
believe
recently.
in it,
Check
but
this
cool.
footage out. This is above the Atlantic Ocean.
Did Eddie Bravo send you this?
No. This is the same
I thought it
thing. The
was
same guy,
dust
Tom
on the
DeLonge.
You know, they said
his-
they thought it was dust on the optics.
I've never seen
What?
dust like that.
So check it out. You can see that little, here, it comes here. See it flying by? They're still trying to track it and lock it down.
That's definitely
Could be a
dust.
fucking-
I have that on my
could be a
son's
bird.
nighttime camera.
There, they got it there.
Oh, it's definitely not a piece of dust. They don't fly like
No.
that. Now, where's it going?
It's just going straight, right above the ocean.
Could it not be a bird?
No way.
I think it's a bird.
Well, that was just it.
Could be easily a bird.
But don't you think that the intelligence of the Navy there, don't you think they would know if it's a bird? They're so much smarter than us.
I don't know, but also, can you get a better fucking picture?
That was
of
a
it?
pretty good one, though, right? see it
Not
moving.
really.
Nah, I don't buy any of it. Nah. I believe there's life out there somewhere, but
That might be it, though, Brian.
maybe.
What else you got, Jen?
A horse. This is in Miami, a nightclub in Miami. So it was their idea to have a bikini-clad woman on a horse going into a huge crowd of people.
Yep.
And obviously the horse is going to freak out.
And you're just going to have some dime piece in a thong. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. The horse ate
So
shit?
the horse is bucking off the girl.
Dude. Whose
You see how
idea
Cotter
is
did
this?
this too?
Yikoosh!
Don't get on a horse.
But does the horse trample people, too?
Horse
No,
is
luckily it
probably
didn't.
What a
but,
terrible idea, man.
But yeah, that club lost their business license.
That's
because of it,
animal
obviously.
cruelty. Hell yeah, they lost their license. What fucking morons decided to do that? Ooh, what's this?
I don't know.
Oh, that's a puppy choking.
Oh, no. I don't see
No,
this.
it's okay. Please save the puppy.
Oh,
So whenever this happens, you guys, if your dog is choking,
Yeah.
you give the dog the Heimlich maneuver. Do you know that?
You you don't cover the mouth and breathe in the nose?
No, because they're airways stuck. So if there's a ball stuck, I did this. I saved my dog's life. If there's a ball stuck in the dog's throat, you do the Heimlich on the dog. Exactly like you would do it on a person.
It's lower though.
No, you
under
do it
the ribs, right?
under the rib cage and just pull up. And that's how you'll save a dog.
Jesus
or you
Christ.
can reach way in. Look at the poor girl crying.
I know.
Her dog. Aw. See, that's
or
your
you can
dog,
reach
man.
way in their
you
mouth.
You love your dog. I watched my dog die on the fucking kitchen floor, and I got him out. And then my buddy breathed into his nose.
Or you can reach into the mouth and get. Oh, that's a puppy.
So I tried to reach in the mouth. Two things happened.
Too small, right?
I couldn't. It's too slippery and it's too lodged in there. So that's the first thing. Secondly, when we got the ball out, when I gave him the Heimlich, she had also thrown up food behind it. So the food from her stomach was blocking her airway. So you have to dig the food out too. And then you give them, then you grab their snout and you blow into their nose.
Which
really
I
hard.
approve of.
And my buddy did that until my dog came to.
God, man.
Saved my dog's life.
What else you got, Chin? Save one dog at a time.
Talk about that Rashad Evans fight. So he's returning to light heavyweight and he's facing Anthony Smith.
And that's Anthony Smith's first fight at light heavyweight too in the UFC, right? He was 85er.
Mm-hmm.
I love Rashad, man.
How old is he?
Good buddy for a long time. I just feel like it's time to stop. It's just time to stop, man.
He's 38.
Still young.
Mm-hmm. It's not young. No. It's always funny when people say that. Yeah. He's not young.
Not for a fight,
the ride's
right?
over. The ride's over, man. It's over. And you just stay in there and it's just...
Are there any...
So he's lost 4 straight and 6 of his past 8. His last win came in 2013 against Chael Sonnen.
Yeah.
Wow, 2013.
Think about that.
Jeez.
38.
He's a Hall of Famer,
Anderson
too.
Silva was still killing it at 38, I think. And then he got hurt.
Oh, no. Then USADA came along, Bryan. Big difference. You can kill it at 38 if you're on supplements.
You're right.
Name another sport where you're 38 and you're competitive. Go.
Golf?
I see, like a real sport.
Not a skill? Huh? Football?
Yeah, football.
I don't know. Baseball?
It's tough, though, huh?
No, not baseball, because their bat speed speeds up because of steroids.
But the thing about it, what 38-year-olds are just out there slanging it, killing it. I mean, you got Tom
Isn't that
Brady,
crazy?
but-
At 38, your fucking body, you just can't. At 38,
But
that's so young to me.
certain sports you can do, but in fighting and MMA,
It's just
God,
reaction
man.
time and speed and all
So
that,
much
right?
goes into it. And if you've been doing it for a long time, especially at 38, you got years and years and years of wear and tear on your body.
Yeah. So you can't even train as hard as you used to anyway.
And I will say this too, and this is one of the downfalls of our sport is, you know, if Rashad was as famous and as successful in the NFL or NBA as he was in the UFC, he wouldn't need to fight. He would have retired 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But these guys, no shit, Chuck Liddell's trying to fight in Bellator again. If Chuck Liddell was, Joe Montana, Tom Brady, the equivalent, what he was in the UFC and the NFL, you're set for life.
Yeah.
But of course, Rashad have to take these fights. And I don't know anything about Rashad's financial background. I'm just saying there's a reason why they're fighting. And it ain't because the love of the game. Especially at 38. It's a shame, man.
Yeah, it sucks.
What else you got?
So was Randy Couture like is just a once in a lifetime kind of guy, or do you think there's
exactly.
anything-
No, Randy Couture was like the Cal Ripken of our sport, Yeah, he's definitely older. He had a late start, but he also had the world-class wrestling background, and he started fighting, old.
Who is
Yeah,
this?
35
Randy
or
Couture.
something.
Yeah. Yeah, Randy, but he took testosterone. That was known. That was actually
Randy?
sanctioned by the UFC. Yeah,
I don't remember.
I believe he was on. Yeah,
He had a
TRT?
different time too.
Testosterone.
A little bit different time. I think now guys are striking more, and it's
different animal.
It's a different animal.
Said natural.
No, it's Randy Couture went about testosterone replacement. Yeah, they got click on that.
The natural way.
Yeah, I've never heard of him being on it. I don't think he's admitted to being on it.
Frank Mir, I remember.
Frank Mir. The big one was Chael, obviously.
Nate Marquardt.
Yep.
And even Todd Duffy was on it too.
Vitor Belfort.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't.
Everybody, but
I don't.
most people. That would be everybody. We can talk around the issue.
Yeah, but Captain America, don't you dare do that. He never was on record.
No, I heard he said something about that. Or we have lower testosterone, go to THC. We put our bodies to a ton and workouts as athletes. Testosterone, probably. Crazy people do what we do.
He didn't start competing until he was 47.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it says he has his own experience with TRT and may have a slightly different take on it than those taken about it in regards to going to a doctor, getting a prescription. So he did it. There are other natural ways through supplementation to increase your body's own production of testosterone. Okay. You still want to have it monitored with a doctor to stay. So maybe I heard him talking about that, and that's why I was thinking that.
He would be your outlier, though. He's your Bernard Hopkins of the UFC.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jim?
I got this. So we were just talking about this yesterday. Or not yesterday. Last week. How some woman was giving melatonin to little kids. This is a different story, though. This one's like from last year, I think.
21 years.
21 years.
She had 21 years to go to tanning salon and CrossFit.
She would leave for hours. The kids were like...
she'd leave the kids alone?
6 months to 4 years old, alone
you can't leave
for
kids
hours.
Alone, dude, you fucking
What
dummy.
a piece of shit. Does she? And this has come from a guy with a 2-year-old. Does she deserve 21 years, though, in prison?
That's too long. I actually think that's too long.
So she...
but I do think you have to do jail time.
They had the kids. Some kids had like some sort of head injuries that they found out.
The kids got hurt.
They probably were just running around and doing whatever.
Yeah, they're being 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds.
And then some of the milk that she made was too hot, so it burned some of the kids.
What a terrible person.
Kid covered in damn vomit.
You know what?
But I mean, 21 years just sounds crazy.
I think
if it was your kid, you'd want 21 years.
Yeah, and I think
you do that to my kid?
I think they looked at all of it, and she was drugging
abusive.
these kids for hours, and that can be dangerous to children. So I think when you really look at it, this makes
I
sense.
agree. She also has a mental issue. She's also a sociopath.
Yeah.
And has some serious issues.
She lied about being a nurse. That's how the parents trusted her. So she was just terrible.
Yeah.
So using CrossFit and Tan Republic records.
Let's go ahead and see what she
Police
looks like.
verified she would go there for nap time during hours. 4 of the charges related to the prior incidents in which...
What did she think was going to happen? What did she think was going to happen? It's
Hold
so
on,
against the law to
leave
do
that,
this.
Chin. She burned a baby with scalding milk.
Well, that
on
was
another
by an
occasion, 11-month-old was taken to the hospital with head injuries.
But this stuff can be accidents. That's I'm not worried about. I mean, of course, I'm worried about it, but I just the fact that you're leaving them alone for hours. Come on,
4 months,
6 months
and
old,
and you're
man.
drugging them with melatonin.
Oh, this bitch deserves to die.
You can't do that.
Nah, forget her. What a terrible person.
You're going away, man. That's a long time to go.
You know
away.
what? Good.
Yeah.
Doing that to all those kids, man, and people are
I
trusting
don't
you with
get
their
it.
kids.
I don't get it.
Good.
And you didn't think you were going to get caught?
God, what a terrible
She's
person.
just very selfish.
You imagine if she had her own
It
kids?
sounds like she's very selfish.
Sounds like she's going to be in prison, so she can't have her kids. Thank God.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, let me see her.
You never want to
Click-
see somebody.
Click play.
You never really want to see somebody
That's her.
go down.
Do you remember
that
this
hard.
picture?
Yeah, I do remember that picture.
What a dummy.
She's a CrossFitter.
No, she's a psychopath. She's not a CrossFitter. She doesn't compete in CrossFit.
Yeah, I know. But if she did compete, I think she should be freed.
What a moron.
I don't like seeing anybody go. I don't like seeing the
it's just
destruction
tough.
of anybody.
I do. If you're going to do that to kids, fuck up kids, imagine if they did that to your kids.
No, I get it.
Imagine if little Finn was concussed
I
or
get
had
it.
issues.
I get it. You know,
You'd be like, forget that girl.
21 years.
21 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
You know what? I could see 10. 21 is tough. How old is she?
I don't know.
Young.
Let's check it out.
24? She'd be the most
She's never going to win that CrossFit title, and that's the main thing. I don't know, bro. It's a bummer.
Let's see.
21 years and 4 months.
32. She's old enough to know better.
She's definitely old enough.
getting-
And think
she's
about the
getting
other
out
shit she
50,
probably
man.
did. So she'll get out when she's around 50.
And it's game over after that.
Game over. Yeah.
It's really bad. Your whole life.
Her life's over.
Yeah. You change your name.
I give her 10 years, but 21, I'd definitely give her 10, but 21's a little strict.
I think so too, man. I really do think it's a little strict.
Yeah, right.
I mean, she gets it, and put her in jail. But man, by the way, even 5 years is a long time.
Nah,
She
5
should
years
do
too
5
short.
years.
5 is too short. You don't learn enough. in
Well,
five.
no kid was actually technically hurt. And I don't think, but again, you're an idiot for doing that. You're a fucking
Well, you're a
idiot.
bad person.
Is it possible that she's an idiot and not a bad person,
no,
though?
not 32.
But some people are just idiots.
Well, she
Right?
had the
Like, you're drugging-
She had the smarts to give kids drugs.
Yeah,
to know
if
they'd
you're
make them
drugging my
tired,
kid, I'm gonna have
and
a
then
big
and then
problem.
have the villain in her to know when to come back to leave.
Well, also these were infants, and you're giving them
6 months old, Brian. You've been around 6 months old,
Yeah.
and you think you're leaving them on their own.
And-
if I left my 6 month old in here, it'd be fucking trouble.
Yeah.
6 months old.
4 months, they even said. 4 months to 6.
God, man.
Wow. I don't know, man. It's a tough one, man. I don't know what the fuck.
Now, when
we
it comes
were
to
doing.
kids, fuck that girl. Enjoy that, bitch.
I
What
don't
else
know
you
what
got,
you're
Jen?
Nothing much other than Tim McGraw, my hero. Collapsed
That's
on
your
stage.
hero?
He's my favorite country artist for sure.
What's your favorite song of his?
Don't Take the Girl.
It's a great song.
I never heard it.
Oh man, it's so good.
How does it
Goddamn
go?
terrorist.
They're little kids at first,
Don't
and the little
take
boy,
the girl.
the little boy sees a girl in the neighborhood.
Play it for him,
He's
Chin.
like,
Play it for.
I'm
God
worried
damn
that
it,
we're gonna
man.
get like in trouble for playing the song though. But I'll just
Don't
chop it
take
up.
The girl.
But it's just like a little kid that with a girl next door. When you're a little kid, you don't want to be around girls. So his dad's like, she's got to come along with us.
He's
like,
a handsome son of a
no.
bitch, isn't he? Tim McGraw.
McGraw, yeah.
Let me hear this.
How about it? Yeah, I'll show you the lyrics so you can.
Well,
really
you can
enjoy
play it and then edit it.
Mm.
Enjoy this, B. He's shredded up. You ever seen his workout regimen? I was watching.
Oh,
I'm fishing.
so listen, really see the story.
Take my best friend, Bo.
I'm surprised you know the song, Brennan.
Yeah, I like country music. From Denver, son. Song's about a pedophile. Did you know that?
I don't think so, Brett.
Yeah.
I think you're missing the whole point. I think you're missing the point. Don't take.
You can
the
stop it,
girl.
Chin.
Oh, hold on. 10 years
we-
down the road, though.
No, it's the same
Hold
shit.
on,
over
no.
and over.
No,
Come on, man.
Ten
This
years
is
down
where
the
he
road.
gets you. Don't worry, I'll edit all this stuff out.
Hold on. I like that they tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
You see where it's going, right?
And then he shot her in the face. And then he took the girl anyway.
I'll let it be a mystery, the ending.
What happened? Because I'm like, bro, you got to fight back there.
So she's, yeah. Well,
Take
then-
any girl in the world.
He's just trying to take your girl. To
You ever
like,
seen Tim McGraw is bodied up these days.
he's
he
built
was
like a-
bigger before. He was like
Now,
huge
yeah, he was
yoke.
big. Now he's
Yeah.
just in
Is he
shape.
a big, tall
Yeah.
guy, or is he a short guy?
probably like 6 feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's a stud.
6
He's
foot,
a stud.
6'1".
Tim McGraw's a stud.
They show him on tour, man. He's just doing work. He runs the stadium, the arenas before he performs.
Oh, he's built like a brick shit house.
Well,
That's him when he's leaner, but he
That's
was
how he
actually
is now.
huge before. Yeah,
See, when guys, he's my age, right? When the guys are
he's
my,
older.
Yeah, that's.
I think
Is
he's
that
older.
him? No.
No, that's not. I'm trying
He's
to look
got a
at
good body.
decent-
that's him with the sledgehammer there. That's him on tour.
Yeah, that's too. That you're a little too old to be that
Yeah,
muscular.
He was super ripped right there.
Also, that's not natural.
Your Mac has a better body than you.
No, I don't. I just. That's,
How old is he?
I'm gonna check right now. I thought he was older though.
you can always tell it's like a guy, a woman who gets plastic surgery. If you're going to be that muscular at that age,
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh,
just
he's a year
exactly right.
younger.
My age, he's a.
Take my
Oh,
wallet,
younger
take
than
my
me.
girl, just don't touch her mouth.
He's born in 1967.
5'10".
5'10".
You know, his dad's a professional baseball player named Tug.
Oh wow! All right, so he's got good genes. He's got good athletic genes in there.
Definitely on some TRT, though.
He's built like a motherfucker, though.
You
gotta
can't
give
say
it up.
brick shit house. That wouldn't be a brick shit house, Brian. He's skinny as fuck.
Oh, he's shredded though. He's built for MMA. He should do MMA.
He should. He's your favorite, Chin? That's your hero?
That's probably my favorite country artist. Yeah.
Take my best friend, Bo.
Tim McGraw.
It's fucked up due to Bo, if you think
Cool
about
name
it.
too.
Tim McGraw.
Who are those guys right there with the fucking puka shells?
His
on?
dad's name was Tug McGraw.
Who's that guy with the tits?
Which one?
This guy?
Yeah, that-
Billy Currington.
Let me see that fucking guy with his.
Oh,
tits.
he's titted up.
That's
First
him
of all-
before. That's him
First
after.
of all, you shave your chest, so stop it. Second of all,
Your tits are
what you
too far.
do? Hey, bro, what are you doing?
If you want to piss Brian off, go to Florida Georgia line.
What are you fucking doing, bro?
Take my best friend,
I
Bo.
don't like vanity on men. That annoys me. What
Which
are
one?
you doing?
Which one? The right or
the
left?
right?
I don't give a fuck about either one of them.
Well, on the right,
guys.
he's just chilling, man. He's
Who's
boogie
that
boarding.
guy? Yeah, the one on the right's all right. He's kind of just a big guy.
That's the
Guess
same
what?
guy,
Still
bro.
shaves
That's
his
the same
body.
guy.
Don't shave your fucking chest
Well,
like
no,
that.
he got in shape on the left.
You're too old. Fuck off.
If someone offered you that cover, you'd 100% do it.
I sure as fuck wouldn't.
Guarantee you would.
I'm never shaving my goddamn chest. Yeah, I am. But let me ask you this.
I've seen you cut your hair.
I don't know what you're talking about. You must be
And
talking
your
about somebody
chest
else.
with your own
I don't know what you're
scissors.
saying. Yeah, I have. I've cut my hair.
Is that it, Chin?
That's it, man.
Take my best friend, Bo.
Florida Georgia line. Who the
Yeah.
fuck is this?
Oh, get ready to shit your pants.
Oh yeah, these guys. Yeah, okay, bro.
They're my fave.
I know. I got you. I got you with your leather tank top and your fucking leather vest.
Hey, I tell you what, though, they make some tunes.
I bet they do. They got dog tags and it's all good. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
man, they're probably great guys. I'd probably get along with them. Just can't hang out with you if you.
No, you could. I bet they rock it.
I'm sure they do. All these people. It's funny. You can make fun of people, then you meet them, and they're like, "Oh, you're cool as shit," or you're not.
Or you're not.
Look at Nelly. I can't believe Nelly's that short. I thought he was.
Oh,
like
he's so
giant.
tiny. I've seen him in
That's
person.
so fucking
Tiny.
weird. Anyway,
Well, that's it.
any more? That's it.
That's it.
That's it, sir.
Want you guys to fuck.
Ryan, I'm in Oxnard this weekend, bro.
Good for you. I'm gonna come see you.
Friday, Saturday, you gonna come?
Come see me and Brendan. I'm coming to see him. And then, yep, I'm going to come see you. And
Friday
also,
and Saturday, Oxnard this week. Friday, Saturday night, late show, St.
Late
Patty's
show.
Day, B-Day weekend. Come out in the Force, Oxnard, or anywhere around that California area. Oxnard, Levity Live, Friday, Saturday. The next week, I'm in Tampa on Thursday. The early show is sold out, so we added another show Thursday, Tampa, Friday, Saturday, Palm Beach, Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday, Orlando. And then the following week, I'm in San Jose, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. San Jose Improv. Get your tickets now. TFATK. Brian, tell them where you're going to be after a miserable time in Alabama that you tried covering up.
April 12, 13, 14, West Palm Beach. April, what is it? I'm in Denver.
Comedy Works.
Comedy Works.
You're welcome.
That's
I
at
grant
the
you
end of
access to my state.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Huh? Wait, let me just see where I'm at, just to make sure everything is good, because I'm pretty sure I know where the fuck
Like Sebastian said, you taking a dip.
I'm taking a little dip. I
That
gotta
was so
wake the
funny.
fuck up.
I thought he was going to say how good you were doing. He said
I
you
know.
take a dip.
I was like, me too. And I was like, and I got put on notice. I was like, oh, fuck, I got to wake up. I was like, this sucks. Oh, no. April 19, 20, 21, I'm at Laugh Boston. I'm in Boston. Got to buy my ticket. And then April 26, 27, 28, I'm in Denver. So come see me. May 5th, Calusa Casino. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love Calusa, man. I was just there. That's oh, dude, so much to do out there. You have a grand old time, bro.
I am so fucking
Oh, and the room,
excited.
the best acoustics ever. Also, Below the Belt, episode 2 this week, bitch. Where else you going to be? Is that it?
That's it, buddy.
Cool, man. Good to see you, pal.
Good to see you, you little cutie pie.
We got to do something this week for your birthday and mine.
Yeah, let's do that for real.
All right, guys, for tickets for Brian and myself, tfatk.com. As usual, this is the Final Kid. We're out.